Well, the Red Sox are coming off of a doubleheader day out in Bourne in which they didn't lose. They almost did, but they snuck out a tie in Game 2 of a doubleheader to split things as a sort for the Red Sox, looking to continue what's been a really good week of baseball as they've come in without a loss in their last 4 games. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez as the Red Sox finish up a 3-game stand against the Braves as the series shifts from Bourne after yesterday's doubleheader to Red Wilson Field today. And Carlo, the Red Sox won Game 1 4-2. They tied Game 2 2-2, a game in which they were 2 outs away from losing that game, a game in which they only got 1 hit, but it feels like a win even though it was only a tie.
Yeah, you didn't come away with that win in the second game, but you're no hit through 6 innings, and you get 1 hit and commit 2 errors, and you do not lose. And a big part of that, Ivan Romero was absolutely fantastic, Sam. 4 1/3. He had 8 strikeouts. We saw earlier today that Jared Lyons was named Cape League Pitcher of the Week. Well, Ivan Romero sets himself up nicely to win it next week if he can have a strong performance next time out after what was fantastic work on the mound.
And that's the pitching side. It's been fantastic for the Red Sox this year, a 2.16 ERA up near the top for the league. On the offensive side, the Red Sox started the season slow out of the gate with the bats, but since they won their first game earlier this week, they've swung the bat much better. In games in which the Red Sox have scored 2 or more runs, they have not yet lost the game. So, on the offensive side, a big difference maker for the Red Sox is the new faces. 4 new offensive additions for the Red Sox looking to get hot in their first home game here at Red Wilson Field.
Yeah, and you think about this offense so far, it hasn't been very loud, Sam. Not a lot of home runs, not a lot of extra base RBI hits. It's been walks with the bases loaded. It's been sacrifice flies with runners on third. It's been good base running on errors. This team has been able to score without causing a whole lot of commotion on the offensive end, and I think that's got to be really promising when you get the runs that you should be getting throughout the game.
3 of those 4 newcomers in the lineup for the Red Sox today. Jordan Thompson, Chase Maedra, Homer Bush. Homer Bush getting his first start in Red Sox colors today. We'll come back and give you your starting lineups and first pitches in just a moment here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox taking on the Braves. We got the action for you coming up in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Red Sox baseball, getting underway in just a moment. And we'll get to the lineups in just a second as Garrett Gaines is out on the bump for the Red Sox, taking his warm-up pitches. For Bourne, it'll go as follows. The starting lineup is Elijah Nunez, the leadoff hitter and center fielder, followed by Matt Shaw, the shortstop. Chris Brito is the DH batting third. Jack Hurley, the left fielder, cleans up. Jack Duffy, the right fielder, back-to-back. Jack's there in the middle of the lineup. He bats fifth in right field. Wyatt Hensler's the third baseman. Carson Roccaforte bats seventh at first base. Alan Espinal, making his season debut, is the catcher. And Bryce Eblin is the second baseman, batting ninth. They'll do it against Garrett Gaines, the Troy University right-hander, who is making his second appearance for the Red Sox this summer, Carlo.
Yeah, first appearance was against Brewster. He went 3 innings, gave up 3 earned run, 3 hits, struggled a little bit with 4 walks, but did strike out 4. Gaines, a guy with a 2.98 ERA at Troy this past year, and he's looking to have another strong performance against a Bourne team that, Sam, up until yesterday was swinging the bat really well, had set new season highs in hits totals in back-to-back games, and they'll look to get the bats back hot here today.
Elijah Nunez, the speedster out of Texas Christian, will lead things off against Garrett Gaines here in the top half of the first. These two teams played a doubleheader at Doran Park in Bourne yesterday. Red Sox took the opener. They tied in game 2. Gaines working out of the stretch, close stretch. First pitch to Nunez is down the middle of fastball for strike 1. And we're underway. The defense around for Gaines. He's pitching to Luke Schliger. Luke Franzoni, the first baseman. Chase Mydroth, the second baseman. Pass Ferreira's back in the lineup at shortstop as the 0-1 home is lined on a hop to Mydroth. He fields and throws on to Franzoni in time, and that's how things get started here at Red Wilson Field. The rest of the defense, Mike Bovey plays third, left to right in the outfield, Jordan Thompson, Homer Bush Jr., and Caden Connor.
Good to see Chase is doing all right after what he said was a hamstring cramp yesterday. Talked to him before the game, Sam. Just said it was a long day of travel, but he looks solid over there at second.
Gaines now pitching to the right-handed hitting infielder Matt Shaw. First one home, missed well away. Gaines this year at Troy was excellent. 12 appearances, all starts, an ERA a hair under 3, 1-0 home. Just missed off the outside corner, another fastball. Struck out 69 batters in 57 in a third innings. Allowed just 4 homers. 2-0 to Shaw. Is in at the knees. James Fonseca calling the balls and strikes in this one, with Joseph Labella, the first base umpire, Larry Garcia upping down the third baseline. 2-1. Swing and a miss, fastball. Count runs even on the infielder out of Maryland College Park, who greeted his teammate Luke Schliger behind the dish. Pair of Terps in that circle around home plate. Shaw, a Massachusetts native, 2-2. Just missed off the outside corner, says Fonseca. And the count runs full. Close pitch there, a fastball. Lots of fastballs from Garrett Gaines. That's the book on him. Sits in the low 90s, can get it up to 95. Working on a changeup that's steadily improving, and a slider as his primary breaking ball. 3-2 home. Foul tip, not held by Schliger. It's off his chest guard. He's a little shaken up. Out of the crouch, he's fine. Fonseca giving him some attention, but Luke says he's all right. Coach Pickler is going to come out and check on him briefly.
It sounded like, as you said, Sam, he got the chest protector, so if anything, maybe the wind knocked out of him. Or the trainer's checking on the right side of his neck. But he looks all right. Luke is a catcher, and catchers, as they usually are, Sam, very strong and durable guys. Take a beating behind the plate.
Close stance from the right hand hitting Shaw. Did not play in yesterday's doubleheader. Getting the start at shortstop today, facing a 3-2 from Gaines on its way. And it's in there. Strike 3 called. Got him with a fastball on the outside corner. First strikeout for Garrett Gaines. And Chris Brito, the third hole hitter, DH today, played first base in both halves of the doubleheader yesterday, will stand in with 2 out, none on. Brito, the standout from Rutgers, right-hand hitter. First one home. Fastball outside corner strike. Brito was all over the box score in yesterday's game. Got on base 4 times in game 1. And had a couple of walks in game 2 as well. Had 5 walks total between the 2 games with a double to go along with it. 0-1 is chopped slowly to third, and it is just foul to the left side of the base. Quick 0-2 count on Brito. Pair of pitchers in this one. Starters for both sides, both wearing the number 42. We'll see Bryce Cunningham, the Vanderbilt freshman, midweek starter for Vandy in the bottom half of this first. But first an 0-2 from Gaines. Off the plate away, a slider. Count 1-2 on Brito. Infield shifted around towards left. The second baseman, Mydroth, playing to the left of the second base bag. Pass Ferreras deep in the hole at short. 1-2. Swing and a foul tip back to the screen. It is a swinging strike, and Brito's going to reach. As it took a weird carom off the net fence behind home plate on a check swing strike on another slider away. Schliger didn't catch it, and Brito reaches first without a throw. So that's the second strikeout of the inning, but a wild pitch allowing Brito to reach first. And Jack Hurley, the hitter. Hurley, left-hand hitter out of Virginia Tech. The left fielder, first one home, is chopped slowly up the first baseline and foul. Hurley made his season debut last night, batting second in the bottom half of that doubleheader. Took an 0 for 4, a pair of strikeouts for Hurley. He was a all-ACC first-team selection this year. 0-1 to the left-hand hitter, misses just beneath the zone, 1-1. Will only be here for probably about another week before traveling to North Carolina to rendezvous with the Team USA Collegiate National Team. Brito off of first with 2 out, 1-1 home. Swing and a miss. Looked like the fastball from Garrett Gaines. The way that Team USA national team works is about 50 players are selected to go and practice and scrimmage against each other for about a week. And then they whittle that roster down to 26 before going overseas to play for another couple weeks. 1-2. Inside to hit him right in the foot on an off-speed pitch. And Gaines will have to work around a bit of a jam here with 2 out. After 2 out and nobody on, the wild pitch on the strikeout allowed Brito to reach. And now Hurley hit by pitch, so he's on at first. Brito up to second. Now with 2 out, Jack Duffy will try to make something of this 2-out jam. Duffy, the right fielder, out of the University of Houston. Big wide open stance with a deep crouch. First one to him on the left side, swing and a miss, a changeup. Count goes to 0-1. Chase Mydroth, the second baseman, playing a few steps back on the outfield grass against the left-handed power threat of Jack Duffy. 0-1. Swing and a miss, a fastball. Quickly, the count goes to 0-2 on the soon-to-be former Polk State outfielder who has committed to play at the University of Houston for this upcoming school year and has something in common with my broadcast partner. Him and Carlo were born on the exact same day.
That's right.
Same birthday, same year. 0-2 home. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball running away. 3 strikeouts in the opening inning for Garrett Gaines. He smiles to Luke Schliger walking off the mound and strands a pair. Red Sox coming to bat. Bottom half of the first here at Red Wilson Field. Scoreless game. We'll be right back. Red Sox baseball is brought to you by T-Mobile. T-Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League and is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military veterans and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more. Red Sox coming to bat against the tall Vanderbilt right-hander Bryce Cunningham. Here's the lineup for the Red Sox. It'll be the catcher Luke Schliger will lead off. Chase Mydroth at second base bats second. Mike Bovey, the third baseman, bats third. Luke Franzoni cleans up. He's the first baseman. Kate Connor bats fifth in right field. Johnny Long DHs bats sixth. Jordan Thompson, the left fielder, bats seventh. Pass Ferreras, the shortstop, back in the lineup after an injury scare, bats eighth. And Homer Bush Jr. getting his first start of the summer. Bats ninth in center field. They'll do so against the young Vanderbilt right-hander who just finished up his freshman year, Bryce Cunningham. Midweek starter for Vandy, who gets to pitch to his teammate, Alan Espinal. These two, no doubt, already a comfortable battery as the first one home to Schliger misses up and away, a fastball. And Cunningham pitching to a 4.59 ERA this year for Vandy in 12 appearances, 6 starts. 1-0. This one missed just away, a fastball again. Brings it up into the mid-90s with his fastball. A tight slider, a changeup with some fade. Stands 6'5" in the 2-0. Chopped foul, right side. Cunningham, before he headed off to pitch for Tim Corbin in Nashville, a product out of Headland, Alabama. The 9th-ranked high school prospect coming out of the state. 2-1, missed up. Count runs 3-1 on Luke Schliger, who continues to work these extended 3-ball count at bats. And we can talk at length about Luke and the walks that he takes. 3-1, and he walked him. Fastball missed away. Ho-hum, another day, another Luke Schliger walk. It's now 7, I believe, for Luke Schliger. Now 8, actually. My mistake.
Sam, we joked yesterday about Schliger having maybe matching the amount of at-bats, official at-bats that is, to the amount of walks he has. He might do that. I mean, it is no longer a joking matter. This guy has now taken a walk in every game he has appeared in.
He's on at first with Chase Mydroth, the hitter. Mydroth played in both halves of the doubleheader yesterday in his Red Sox debut. First pitch home, a fastball strike. Mydroth played second base in the opener, played shortstop in the nightcap. The University of San Diego Torero was 0 for 6 overall in the day, did walk and was hit by a pitch. 0-1. Strike. Fastball inside corner. Count runs quickly to 0-2.
Mydroff not agreeing with that one, shaking his head as the ball hit the glove of the catcher, Espinal.
Luke Schliger on at first, stole his first base of the season last night. Wound up scoring the tying run in the 7th inning of Game 2 after stealing the bag. Stole 14 this year for Maryland. Not a generous lead on at first. Quick 0-2 home. Foul back. Hydroth, his hamstring cramped up a little on him yesterday during Game 2. Asked him about that before the game today. 0-2. Checked the swing on a pitch in the dirt. The check on at first didn't swing. When we asked Chase what the deal was with that, he pretty much just said that it's a very quick turnaround from a long flight from the West Coast here to Massachusetts. Hadn't really gotten a chance to rest. Had been on his feet all day because of the doubleheader and just cramped up. Asked Coach Pick about it as well. He said something about maybe Chase needs to eat more bananas. 1-2. Broken bat looper towards the shortstop who makes the catch in the air. That's Shaw. And that's the first out. Brings up Mike Bovey, the hitter.
Next at the bat, playing third base, number 19, from Nebraska, Omaha, Mike Bovey.
Bovey took an 0 for 2 with a walk in the second game of the doubleheader yesterday, but reached base 4 times in the day game yesterday, including 3 hits with 2 doubles. He continues to be among the more productive hitters, not just on the Red Sox, but in this league. First pitch home to him, fastball off the outside corner, but hit the corner, strike 1. Just getting underway here at Red Wilson Field. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez with 1 out in the bottom of the first. 0-1. This one a bit low. The count goes to 1-1. Defensive alignment for the Bourne Braves. Alan Espinal is the catcher. Carson Roccaforte plays first. Bryce Eblin on at second. Matt Shaw, the shortstop. Wyatt Hensler is the third baseman. Left to right in the outfield is Hurley, Nunez, and Duffy. Pair of jacks in the corners. 1-1. Tipped at the plate. Might have gotten the bare hand of Alan Espinal, who's shaking it out. So a 1-2 count on Mike Bovey. Cunningham out of the stretch, sets the belt. On its way upstairs, high fastball. That missed well up. Cunningham started the season very, very strong for Vanderbilt. 6 of his first 7 appearances were scoreless. A highly considered young player in Tim Corbin's arsenal. 2-2. On the outside corner, he got him like the changeup there. Mike Bovey asks a couple questions to James Fonseca as he walks away, and Luke Franzoni will hit with 2 on, and Schliger still on at first.
It's just the second strikeout all summer that Bovey has had. And Sam, his first one was yesterday.
Guy who's put the ball in play a lot. Barrel Mike, as they call him, gets his contact and hits the baseball hard. First one to Franzoni, misses low. Beautiful day for baseball here at Red Wilson Field as the Red Sox and the Braves getting underway for the third of 3 for now. These teams will play once more later in this season here at Red Wilson Field. Not a cloud in the sky. First 1-0 home to Franzoni, a slider in for strike 1. Count goes to 1-1. A nice crowd on hand here on this early Tuesday evening. About 66 degrees at game time. And a slight breeze out to left. 1-1 home, misses inside on a fastball. That slight breeze out to left, you figure, would benefit no hitter more than Luke Franzoni here at the dish. Not that he needs it. Pacing the team with his 2 homers already this summer on a 2-1. Swing and a miss. Wild cut on a slider running away. Count even 2-2. Red Sox in their 4th home game, still trying to find the power stroke here at Red Wilson Field. They've hit just a pair of homers here in their home park. Franzoni's got one of them. 2-2 away. Cal runs full at another slider. Both those home runs here at Red came in that walk-off win, the Red Sox first win of the season against Orleans on Friday. Franzoni and Johnny Long, who's hitting 6th today. Those 2 homers. 3-2, runner goes. Swing and a miss. You got him. Pair of strikeouts for Bryce Cunningham, who works around the leadoff walk and sends us off to the 2nd here at Red Wilson Field in a scoreless game between the Bourne Braves and the YD Red Sox. We'll be right back on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
YD Baseball is brought to you by Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists, which offer premier emergency and specialty care for your pet when it matters most. Located in Buzzards Bay and Dennis. Learn more at CapeCodVetSpecialists.com. That's CapeCodVetSpecialists.com. Sam Lebowitz, it's the 2nd inning, no score.
And Garrett Gaines back to the mound for the Red Sox. Thank you, Carlo. Carlo Jimenez with myself, Sam Lebowitz. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Bourne Braves here in the top half of the 2nd at Red Wilson Field in a scoreless game. Wyatt Hensler, Carson Rockefort, and Alan Espinal. Hensler, the draft-eligible sophomore out of UPenn, who was, by most stretches of the imagination, the best hitter in the Ivy Leagues this year. First pitch from Garrett Gaines misses away. Led the Ivy Leagues in homers, RBIs, total bases, slugging percentage, on-base percentage, and runs scored. A unanimous first-team All-Ivy selection. Facing a 1-0. Broken bat up the middle, past the mound, fielded at short by Ferreira. Stumbles, still has time, safe. A weird play there as It looked like a little knuckleball off the bat of Wyatt Hensler that softly got past Garrett Gaines' shoulder. Ferreras fielded it right by the second base bag, stumbled, felt like he lost the play, looked like he hesitated to throw after the stumble, realized he still had a play and threw late after the hesitation. So it's going to go as an infield single for Wyatt Hensler. Brings up Carson Roccaforte. First one home, the left-hand hitter. Changeup floats in strike one. First hit for either side is that curious squib. Oh, 1 to Roccaforte. Fouled off at the plate. Roccaforte, the Raging Cajun out of Louisiana Lafayette, was their most productive hitter this season. Led the Cajuns in average RBIs and homers. And named a first-team All-Sun Belt Conference member. 0-2. Missed away and clips off the glove of Luke Schliger, goes to the backstop. Up to second goes Hensler. Just a fastball up that Schliger didn't look into the webbing of his catcher's mitt. And the Braves have the leadoff man in scoring position with nobody out. 1-2 count to Carson Roccaforte. Might be a pass ball, wild pitch there. 1-2 from Gaines. Pulled foul. Ball running in on the left hand, hitting Roccaforte. One, two. Foul tipped, held by Luke Schliger for strike three. Roccaforte down swinging on the changeup. Gaines picks up already his fourth strikeout. As I would tell you that he's gotten every out via the strikeout. Not true. One of those strikeouts the batter reached. Regardless, 4 Ks in his book. Alan Espinal, the Vanderbilt catcher, will now hit. In his first at bat here of the summer season for Bourne. First one home. Slider drops in strike one. The Braves added 3 new players to their roster today, all 3 out of Vanderbilt, including the 2 that make up today's battery for Bourne. Espinal, the catcher, Cunningham, the pitcher, and another pitcher, Nelson Berkwich, who's a left-hander. 0-1. Bounce to the left side. Bovee plays the long hop, looks the runner back, throws to first in time. Second out. Hensler still planted at second. Then the 9-hole hitter, Bryce Eblin, will hit.
Playing second base, number 2 from Alabama.
Eblin out of Alabama. Played both games yesterday in the 9-hole as well at second base, exactly where he is today. Took an offer in game 2, had a double in 3 trips in game 1 yesterday. Left-hand hitter. Wearing his crimson helmet. Red Sox high at the knees. First one to Gaines. Swing and a miss. Got him out in front of the changeup. Quick 0-1 hole for Eblin. Gaines steps off as the shortstop Ferreras made a move towards the bag.
Maybe a warning there by James Fonseca, the home plate umpire, to Gaines, who didn't even look towards second. Got to at least fake a throw.
Outfield shaded towards left. 0-1 home is tipped foul right at home plate. Count goes to 0-2. And Gaines a strike away from stranding another runner in scoring position in the early goings of this game. The Braves got 2 on with 2 out in the first, stranded both. Hensler singled on an infield grounder to lead off the inning. Moved up to second on a wild pitch. The Braves have been unable to move him along further. Now here with 2 out and an 0-2 count to the 9-hole hitter Bryce Eblin, who calls time and steps out.
And Gaines Sim, although this is the 9th batter he's faced, and we're not through the second frame, the guys who have reached a hit by pitch, a wild pitch, and an infield single, he's been pretty good on the bump.
And he throws wildly to second. Ferreras, a good job to snag that one before it heads towards Homer Bush Jr. in center. And Ferreras and Gaines will have a conversation on the infield grass briefly just to get on the same page about maybe the signs they're using for pickoff plays or what have you. Make sure that that doesn't happen again. That was almost trouble for the Red Sox. Infield shaded slightly towards the right side against Eblin. 0-2 home. Foul back. Nice crowd on hand. Lots of fans parked in their own lawn chairs out beyond the short fence down the left field line in foul territory, out beyond the Red Sox bullpen, maybe chatting it up with some of the Red Sox pitchers. 0-2 from Gaines to Eblin on its way. Pulled to the right side, just foul up the first baseline. A few fans perched out beyond the center field fence, about, 360 feet away from home plate. Looking for a souvenir at the shortest center field in Cape Cod. Got some fans out beyond the right field fence, directly behind Caden Connor, who's playing fairly shallow and right, as is the entirety of the outfield against Eblin. 0-2 upstairs.
This is going to be pitch number 34 for Gaines. Through 1 2/3. It's not been easy going for the righty.
Fair bit of traffic for the Troy University product, who comes set at the belt and deals another 1-2. And it comes inside, and it, again, hit off the foot of the left-handed batter. That's the second time that Gaines has missed with a slider and hit a lefty. And Eblin will get the free 90. He's on at first for the second straight inning. Gaines will face first and second in 2 out and gets Elijah Nunez here. Nunez grounded out to second his first time through to lead off this ball game. Another left-hand hitter for Gaines to contend with. First one home. Fastball missed low. Close pitch. Hensler led off the inning with an infield single. He's on its second. Eblin was hit by a pitch. He's at first here with 2 out. Red Sox and Braves scoreless here in the top of the second. 1-0. Comes inside, almost hit another one with that slider, but Nunez backs away. And the count 2-0. .65 degrees here. So we work in the second inning. Not a cloud in sight. Lots of blue sky for miles. 2-0. Lined over short, a base hit in the left on one hop. Throw to the plate by Thompson on a hop. The tag, safe. Hensler got under Luke Schliger's tag. Jordan Thompson made a one-hop strike to home. And it was in time, but the runner Hensler was able to get his foot under Schliger's tag, and the Braves take an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the second.
I'm not so sure about that one, Sam. It was awfully close. And Thompson with a great arm. In plenty of time, like you mentioned.
Brings Matt Shaw to the plate, who took a called third strike his first time through. Infield shifted slightly towards left. Mydroth playing a couple steps towards the right of the bag. First one home, missed off the plate, a slider. So the Braves opening a 1-0 lead here in the second against Garrett Gaines after a 2-out RBI single for Elijah Nunez. Had an RBI in the doubleheader yesterday. That's his second RBI of the season, just his second hit. 1-0. Of course, he did make his season debut yesterday, so very much early goings for Nunez as well. He's on at first with great speed, and Eblin runs well as well. He's at second. 1-0. Strike, outside corner delivery. Lots of traffic against Garrett Gaines, unable to get out of this jam unscathed after he got the second out. Hit Eblin with a slider that curled in towards his toes. The 2-out RBI single for Elijah Nunez gets the Braves on the board first in this one. Eblin dancing off second, 1-1 home, missed well away. Playing a full 9 today after a pair of 7-inning doubleheader games yesterday. Red Sox were able to avoid using a whole army of pitchers, though. 2-1. Missed away and down, a fastball. Count runs to 3-1. They only used 5 pitchers total across the 14 innings. Largely thanks in part because of the extended long relief of Ivan Romero, who was fantastic. 4 1/3 scoreless in Game 2 in relief of Connor Markle. Really saved the Red Sox bullpen. 3-1. Swing and a miss. On fastball, and the runner, Eblin, took a wide secondary off second, but Schliger doesn't bother trying to throw in behind him. It's a full count here with 2 out. Runners will be going. Already a run home here in this top of the second. Everyone on the infield playing a little bit back. Ferreras shaded around towards the hole between third and short. Mydroth playing a little up the middle. 3-2, runners go. Swing and a miss, he got him. Fastball running away, and Shaw, strikeout victim for the second time. The Braves tally a 2-out run on the Nunez single, but strand 2 more at the end of the top of the second. Red Sox will come to bat, trailing 1-0 to the Bourne Braves. Red Sox baseball is brought to you by the Massachusetts State Lottery. As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing From the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help the 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 years more. Here's Caden Connor to lead things off against Bryce Cunningham, along with Johnny Long and Jordan Thompson to follow here in the home half of the second. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. Red Sox trailing the Braves here at Red Wilson Field, 1-0 in the early goings. Caden Connor had a pretty good day yesterday. First pitch from Cunningham misses high, a fastball. Caden, a pair of sacrifice flies in the opening game of the doubleheader. Reached base twice, had the Red Sox lone hit in game 2. 1-0. Popped foul back over our heads and out of play, 1-1. Connor played some center yesterday, played some first. He's in right field today. The left-handed hitter out of Cal State Fullerton wearing his stirrup-style Red Sox socks high. 1-1. He's lifted out to left, hit pretty well. A few steps back, Jack Hurley barely has to move and makes the catch. Quick out for Cunningham, who walked his first batter in the first, but struck out a pair. Now working with one out in the second to Johnny Long. Long DH'd in the second game yesterday. First one home, misses down. He pinch hit in the first game. Overall went 0 for 3 with a walk on the day. Also drove in a run on a bases loaded walk. 1-0. Checks his swing. He went 1-1. Long was robbed on a miraculous play by Jack Duffy yesterday, on a play in which Duffy dove over the wall. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider. 1-2 on a ball moving into foul territory along the right field line yesterday in Bourne. Duffy dove to catch the ball over the fence in foul territory. 1-2. Down the middle, strike to be called. Got him with a fastball. Third strikeout for Cunningham, and you can see why he's so well considered over at Vanderbilt, and why there's a fairly large contingent of scouts on hand to see him. One of the more intriguing arms that the Red Sox have seen so far this season. Jordan Thompson now the hitter. LSU product in his second day with the Red Sox, playing left field today. He was the starting shortstop for LSU this year. First pitch home to the right-hand hitter. Check swing, it's up the middle, softly hit. Shaw charges, Fields fires in time. Thompson was slow out of the batter's box on that check swing grounder. He's retired. Quick inning for Cunningham after getting the lead. Red Sox retired in order. On to the third we go here at Red Wilson Field. The Braves lead the Red Sox 1-0.
Well, hello from Captain Parker's Pub over in West Yarmouth on Route 28. The entire crew from Captain Parker's wants to give a big salute to Cape Cod baseball, especially the young players that have dedicated so much time and effort to baseball, America's pastime. So join us for lunch or dinner or just a bowl of our world-famous clam chowder. Captain Parker's, easy to find but awfully hard to leave. Sam Lebowitz, take us into the third.
Well, thank you, Carlo Jimenez. Top half of the third. Chris Brito, Jack Hurley, Jack Duffy. That's 3-4-5 for the Braves, who lead the Red Sox 1-0 against Garrett Gaines, who has thrown 48 pitches through the first 2 frames in this one. He has struck out 5 already, but a run on 2 hits got him in the second. First one to Brito, fastball outside corner strike. Brito was one of those 5 strikeouts, his first time through, but reached first base on a wild pitch as he swung through strike 3 on a ball that got to the backstop. Right-hand hitter out of Rutgers had a great day for the on-base percentage yesterday in the doubleheader between these two teams. He walked 5 times. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Infield swung around towards left with 3 infielders on the left side of second base. Outfield playing him straight up, but deep. Brito a home run this year for Bourne. 0-2. In there, strike 3 called. He got him on the outside corner. So Brito struck out for the second time. That's the 6th for Garrett Gaines now through 2 1/3.
And Brito, after taking 5 walks yesterday, Sam, and only striking out once, second time he has struck out today, and we're not playing 2 games.
And here's the Virginia Tech outfielder, Jack Hurley, who was hit by a pitch on a slider that ran in and got his foot his first time. First pitch rolled into the shift and through past the diving Ferreras. A base hit, the first base hit of the season for Jack Hurley.
Well, we don't have TrackMan up here in the booth, but, man, that ball scorched him in the gap. You mentioned it, Sam. Shift was on. Ferreras was there, but just too fast right by him. And a good piece of hitting for the kid out of Virginia Tech.
So Hurley is aboard for the second time in this one. Jack Duffy will hit. Duffy, a strikeout victim his first time. Bats with a runner on first. 1 out. Red Sox trailing the Braves. 1-0 here in the third at Red Wilson Field on a sunny afternoon in Yarmouth. First one home. Poked over third. That's a base hit. One hop in front of Thompson. Back-to-back singles for Bourne as both Jacks come up for the Braves. First and second, 1 out. And Wyatt Hensler, the hitter.
Do you call that back-to-back jacks?
I suppose you could. I think that regardless of the outcome, you just look at the lineup and you see back-to-back Jacks.
So you'd have to say back-to-back jacks by back-to-back jacks. No.
Every broadcaster's dream call, I think. Hensler, and this one, reached on a soft infield grounder on a weird little squib shot up the middle. He came around to score on the Nunez RBI single in the second. That's with 2 on, 1 out. First one home. Slider off the outside corner. Gaines has dealt with traffic in every inning so far today. Stranded 2 in the first, gave up the run, stranded 2 more in the second. Now 2 on against him here in the third. One-0. Softly hit over short. That one's going to drop down in front of the center fielder Bush, around from third, and scoring is Hurley. Up to second goes Duffy. RBI single for Wyatt Hensler. The Braves have extended their lead. It's 2-0.
Well, no action yet in that YD bullpen, but Garrett Gaines getting peppered by these Bourne hitters.
3 straight singles. Have plated a second Bourne run. Here's Carson Rockefort, struck out his first time. With Duffy on at second, Hensler on at first. First one home. And it hit him. again, one that just ran down and in on the left-handed batter and hit off the foot area. Third left-handed hitter that's been hit today by Garrett Gaines, and the bases are loaded for Alan Espinal, and I think now you'll start seeing some movement out in the Red Sox bullpen.
Yeah, Coach G is going down there. Looks like Gamlin's following him and up and warming up. For YD is Zach Veen, who was added to the roster today.
New addition for the Red Sox today, one of 2 pitchers they added to the roster, along with Baden Root. 0-1 to Espinal. Missed away, rather. That was the first pitch, and they count 1-0. Veen out of Point Loma Nazarene, a Division II school that made it all the way to the championship game in the D2 College World Series. And Veen was outstanding. Once he makes his way into this game, we'll introduce you to him. Root, a right-hander out of Oklahoma State. Wonder if he's available today as well out of the pen. 1-0. Missed high, a breaking ball. Count 2-0 on Alan Espinal, who grounded to third his first time. Gaines would take that here with the bases loaded and 1 out. And 2-0 count to the Vanderbilt right-hand hitting catcher. Foul back. Espinal out of Vieira, Florida, a rising junior. Only had 19 at-bats for Vanderbilt this year. Holds his hands high at the head. 2-1. Check swing foul. It's 2-2. And Luke Schliger will go and talk to his right-hander. And game plan on a 2-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Mulroy of Dennis, you have just won the Pixie 103. Autograph
Espinal, according to head coach Tim Corbin, is as positive a human being as there is. Considered a strong defensive catcher who has some upside in his bat. Was 4 for 19 this year. 2-2. Broken bat, grounded to the left side. Bovey cuts it off, gets 1 at second. Relay to first, my draw. Dugout in time. 5-4-3. The Red Sox go around the horn and turn a crucial double play to get Gaines out of the second. Braves do score a run and extend their lead 2-0. Coming up, home half of the third. Red Sox looking to get back in this one. MP Sports Cards is proud to sponsor the kids' baseball clinics. If you're a sports card collector, be sure to stop by and check out the latest releases, graded cards, supplies, and more. A local favorite for hobby enthusiasts across Massachusetts, and of course, your Cape Cod Baseball League. Stop into their store and mention code Red Sox to get one free pack of 2022 Topps Baseball Update with any purchase. Some exclusions do apply. Visit them at 71 Main Street in Carver, Mass, or online at mpsportscards.com. Bottom of the third here at Red Wilson Field. The Bourne Braves lead your Red Sox 2-0. 8-9-1 for the Red Sox. Pass Ferreras, Homer Bush, and Luke Schliger against the Vanderbilt right-hander Bryce Cunningham, who is not allowed to hit through the first two frames. First one to pass is lifted along the right field line. Roccaforte, the first baseman, might have the angle on this one, but it drops foul. Pass back in the lineup, playing for the first time since last Wednesday against Harwich, in which he was hit by a Joe Savino fastball in the hand. It didn't break anything, but it swelled up nice and puffy for him for a few days. He's been wearing a brace. Practiced at 100% yesterday. And back in the lineup today. 0-1. Lifted to shallow right center, moving over Nunez in the gap. This one carrying pretty well. He makes the catch. And that's the first out here in the home half of the third. Get to see Homer Bush for the first time today. Bush pinch hit in game one yesterday, making his Red Sox debut, and went 0 for 1. His first start here today for one of two legacy Red Sox on this roster. Legacy in terms of big league bloodlines. Homer Bush Sr. played 7 years in the big leagues. First one to Homer Bush Jr., fastball to strike. Bush out of Grand Canyon University, which he played a whole lot of center. 0-1. Fastball strike, outside corner. Count goes to 0-2. Bush, a 270 hitter, across 215 at-bats for Grand Canyon this year. A pair of homers, 16 driven in. 0-2. And it just missed down and in. Stole 7 bases, but speed is his primary weapon. 1-2 in the dirt. It skips by. Speed and defense, plays a strong center field. Athletic right-hand hitter. We're going to cut down on the strikeouts. Struck out 49 times, which was tied for the most. 2-2, missed away. Tied for the most on his team. Did walk 20 times. Facing a full count here, on its way. On the ground to third, fielded there by Hensler. Up with it, throws high, and off the bag comes Roccaforte, and Bush reaches. He didn't come off the bag by much, but on a bit of a high throw by Hensler, the toe might have come up off the bag just slightly. It was enough for Joseph Labella to make the call, and the Red Sox get a runner aboard here with 1 out in the third. And Luke Schliger, the hitter. Schliger led off the Red Sox first with a walk. That's the only other base runner for the Sox against Bryce Cunningham, who works out of the stretch for the second time. First one to Schliger. Missed away a fastball. Get our first real chance to see Homer Bush run. I was talking to him before the game, Carlo, and I said, Homer, you're pretty fast, right? He corrected me immediately. He goes, very fast. 1-0, he's going. Throw down by Espinal, safe. Stolen base, Homer Bush, and immediately paying dividends with those legs for the Red Sox. They have a runner in scoring position.
Exhibit A, Your Honor. Homer Bush, 21 stolen bases last summer, Sam, with the Greenville Flyboys of the Appalachian League. He was caught stealing once.
That's a pretty good success rate.
I'd say I'd give him an A.
2-0 to Schlicker. High fly ball, pretty well hit out to center. Nunez tracking, makes the catch. Nunez securing that one in front of the fence, and Homer Bush back to second. Schlicker gave it a ride. Comes up short. That's the second out.
Playing second base, number 14.
And Chase Mydroth, the hitter, with 2 out, and Bush anchored at second. Mydroth popped softly to short his first time through. Still looking for that first hit of the summer after he took an offer in both games of the doubleheader yesterday. Infield playing pretty much straight up. And first to check on Bush, and Cunningham asks for Espinal to come out and chat with him.
Quick conversation. Looked like they just want to get on the same page on how they want to attack Mydroth. And a guy still looking for his first hit on Cape, Sam. This would be a good time for it.
Mydroth, draft eligible. Doesn't anticipate being on the Cape past the draft in early July. First one. Missed high. Mydroth, a all West Coast Conference first team selection. Put up strong numbers for the Toreros. 329 hitter with 10 homers. Drove in 47. 1-0 home. Pulled to third on one hop by Hensler, and he'll throw on to first in time. Hit hard by Mydroth, but he comes up short. Red Sox strand Bush at second. Carlo Jimenez will take us through the middle innings here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox trailing the Braves 2-0.
YD Baseball is brought to you by Salty Dog Realty Group. Hey, Sox fans, have you thought about buying or selling a home? Emily Shemansky of the Salty Dog Group is your pet-friendly neighborhood realtor as part of the team at Keller Williams Realty of Cape Cod and the Islands. Emily is your go-to resource for home buying and selling. Call Emily Shemansky at 508-221-0196 or visit thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. That's thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz and our producer Zach Clapp as we welcome you into the top of the fourth inning. It's a 9-1-2 for the Bourne Braves, who hold a 2-0 lead over the YD Red Sox. Round 3 between these two teams, who faced in a doubleheader yesterday. YD winning the first by the score of 4-2, and somehow, after being no hit through 6 and getting 1 hit on the night, tying the second game 2 apiece. Bryce Eblin, who was hit by a pitch in his first trip to the plate, digs in, left-handed batter to face Garrett Gaines. A clear sky, light breeze type of day. First pitch, Eblin shows the bunt, pulls it back, and looks at a strike. Fastball on the inner edge, no balls and 1 strike. Bourne loaded him up back in the third, brought home just 1 run. Gaines with 6 strikeouts so far. 0-1, slicing down the left field line, foul off the bat of Eblin with that crimson Alabama helmet, the script A above it, and with 2 strikes, shift is on. Mike Bovey, the third baseman, will move to the right of second base. Second baseman Mydroth with both his feet in the right field grass. Franzoni, the first baseman, towards the line, And the only player to the left of second, the shortstop Ferrer. So 2. Swinging a foul tap into the glove of Schlinger. Strikeout number 7 for Gary Gaines. Begins the 4th inning. And here is Elijah Nunez. Single back in the second for the leadoff hitter from TCU. Left-handed batter, 1 out, bases empty. 2-0 the lead for the Bourne Braves over the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. Opening offering. Slider misses low. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Flag blowing slightly out to left. Not very hard. It was blowing really hard during batting practice. Balls were flying. 1-0. Fastball at the knees on the inner edge. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and the bases cleared. Fans down the right field line enjoying the sun. There's a lot more down the right field line than the left field line today, and that might be because it's about 65 degrees, 1-1. And that breaking ball misses on the inside and skips back to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. But, Sam, if you spend 5 minutes in the sun, it feels like around 72 degrees versus if you're sitting in the shade, it's more like 63 degrees.
A solid midpoint, I would say, between the 2 extremes of the temperatures we experienced yesterday in Bourne.
2-1. Another slider misses well inside. Scooting backwards is Nunez. And the count, 3 balls and a strike. Bourne 2, Singleton's in the second and the third. YD with no hits and no runs. 1 out, base is empty. Garrett Gaines' uniform flapping in the wind. Working from the right side of the rubber. Pass for Ferreris is shifted from the left side of the infield to shortstop on the right side. 3-1. Backdoor slider catches the outer edge. And a full count here to Elijah Nunez. And now Bovee, the third baseman, and Pass Ferreris switch sides. Bovee to the right of second, and Ferreris the only infielder to the left. A lot of movement in the infield. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. A swinging a ground ball down the right field line, takes a hop and bounces foul. Just over the bag. Franzoni, the first baseman, drifting to his left, was there and ready to underhand flip to the covering Gaines. Mentioned Zach Veen out of Point Loma warming up. Looks like he's ready. He's off the mound, moving his arms back and forth. Brady.
Looks like Brady's ready alongside him.
Yeah, one of the bat boys here with YD. Hanging out. 2. 3-2 down the hill. Fastball above the zone, ball 4. And Elijah Nunez reaches for the second time today on a walk. 1 on, 1 out. And here is Matt Shaw, the junior from Maryland. Both these teams sit at 3-3-2. Bourne with a 2-0 lead here early. Shaw, who had a fantastic first game with the Braves, 2 for 4 with 2 stolen bases at Orleans on Saturday. Throw back to first, and back and ahead for a slide is Nunez. One of the best base stealers in the country, Elijah Nunez, 31 of them, which was 3rd in the Big 12. Takes his lead at first. Another throw there, and another check. A face first dive from Nunez with 2 hands secures the bag. And dirtying up that Bourne uniform, the gray pants, the blue tops. Braves across the chest in red, outlined in white. Matt Shaw, the right-handed batter, trying to move Nunez around. First pitch, there he goes. And a swing and a foul down the right field line off the end of the bat of Shaw. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. We've already seen Nunez steal 1 base, and that was yesterday. He stole 3rd in the first inning of the 2 doubleheaders of the first game. The trees swaying back and forth. Nunez with a lead at first, 1 out, 2-0 Bourne. Another throw to first, another head first slide. Franzoni doesn't take the time to apply the tag, and that big blue glove at first base, matching the Xavier blue. Big first baseman is Franzoni, 6'3", 230 plus. No balls and 1 strike to Matt Shaw. Gaines peeks over his left shoulder, his right shoulder, 0-1. No, a balk. Looked like he might have lost his footing as he came forward, and instead of Nunez stealing 90 feet, he's gifted it and moves himself into scoring position. 3rd straight inning, the Bourne Braves have had a runner in scoring position. They've scored in the previous 2. So Nunez now at second. 2-0 Bourne leads YD with 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. These 2 teams playing each other 3 times in a row. Red Sox looking to win 2 of those, tying the other. 0-1. Big breaking ball above the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nunez with a massive secondary leadoff second. Did not go, but Sam, he was almost halfway to third.
Yeah, he's dancing off of these bases, and you can see why it's such a distraction for Garrett Gaines. That balk was, I think you can attribute it to Nunez.
1-1. Fastball carved straight back over the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Clearly, Gaines is well aware that Elijah Nunez is one of the most elite base stealers on Cape Cod this summer, and has to contend with him as a threat now that he's on first base after walking him. He threw over 3 separate times before the balk.
Wind picks up. Gaines' jersey flapping atop the mound as it blows to left. 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball into center. Homer Bush ranging to his right. The center fielder runs into the wall as it leaves the yard. A 2-run shot from the junior from Maryland. And Bourne doubles their lead. It's 4-0 in the top of the 4th. And hopefully Homer Bush is all right. There is not a warning track out there in center field or in any parts of the outfield, and Bush nailed the fence. In fact, ran into one of those poles out there, Sam, in center, which extrude on the inside of the ballpark, not the outside. So you can actually hit one of those poles pretty hard. They're not on the other side of the fence. And now the medical staff is going to go talk to Homer just in his 2nd game. Didn't have the practices everybody else had to kind of learn the ballpark. This is his first day here at YD, first day playing center, and in the 4th inning, just ran right into the wall. And with his speed, it's got to be a high collision. All the outfielders now, Thompson and Caden Connor, surrounding Bush. And Pickler starting to trot his way out. Looks like Coach G is the assistant coach, talking to Homer. Sitting on the ground, his back against the fence. A 2-run home run for Matt Shaw, his first of the summer.
That ball, I think clearly Homer just isn't used to this ballpark. Most ballparks, the fence doesn't sneak up on you that much, but here at Red Wilson Field, where it's only 352 feet to straightaway center field, it'll sneak up on it, and this is the first time that Homer Bush has manned center field for the Red Sox here at Red Wilson Field. And a ball that was pretty clearly a no-doubter off the bat at this ballpark might not have been at a ballpark that's a little less generous to straightaway center, but regardless of that fact, Bush didn't feel for the wall at all. I'm not sure he knew to watch out for that fence coming up on him, and hit that chain link fence and the pole that segments the fence pretty hard.
Well, no Cole Keurig today for YD, out with what we believe is illness, and Jack Costello, who came here yesterday to make his first debut, warming up to the left of third with one of his teammates. Can't see the back of the number, but it
Looks like Hunter Haas, who's throwing with him.
Okay, so Haas isn't traditionally an outfielder. Costello, though, did play the outfield yesterday, so maybe we see him substitute for center. But without Keurig, your outfield depth is already pretty low if you're YD. Long conversation in center with Hunter Bush. Hope he is okay. Again, the big concern is those poles out in center that you can run into. The fence is on the other side of the pole, so the pole you can feel from the inside of the ballpark. We're going to step aside and be right back here on our YD broadcast. 4-0, Bourne leads on the 2-run home run from Matt Shaw here in the 4th. Well, a quick return, and Homer Bush is staying in the ballgame for the YD Red Sox. The GCU player remains in center field as the training staff, Coach Pick and Coach G, all lightly jog off. Garrett Gaines is going to get some extra warm-up pitches in. A long conversation with Bush, and at the end, Sam, good news. Seems like he's going to continue.
Yeah, not sure exactly what was ailing Homer, rather. I'm sure he hit that shoulder pretty hard, but good to see him sticking this one out and staying out there for the Red Sox. You hate to see someone go down with an injury in their first start of the season.
Right in the bat of Chris Brito. Looks on towards Garrett Gaines with the bases empty and 1 out. 4-0, the Braves lead the Red Sox, and Garrett Gaines, who has struggled with control all day, spikes the first pitch as it bounces back to the chain link backstop. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Got to imagine, Sam, we might see Zach Veen pretty soon here.
He's been warming up for a bit and not throwing too frequently anymore, usually an indication that a guy is pretty warm.
1-0. Slider catches the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Just throwing about 1 warm-up pitch per every 2 or 3 that Gaines throws. And he's just kind of standing around on the mound out there with his coach. I assume that means he's ready to come in this game.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider from Gaines. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6 hits, 4 runs for the Bourne Braves. They lead the YD Red Sox 4-0. Brito 0 for 2, but reached in the first on a swinging strike 3 wild pitch. 1-2. And he swings and gets under this one. Skies it down the right field line in foul territory. First baseman Franzoni in foul territory with plenty of room. Ranges to his left and finds the baseball. There's 1 away. Red Wilson Field, one of those fields with 2 away, excuse me. One of those fields with 15, 20 yards of foul territory down the left and the right field line. Copious amounts of space to retire batters. Up comes the left-handed bat of Jack Hurley. He shows bunt, bunts it, good one, down the third base line. Scooped up by Gaines, the pitcher, with the bare hand, fires to first, and not in time. A great job from Luke Franzoni into foul territory, reaching out with the glove to keep that in play, or else it would have been another 90 feet for Hurley. Instead, his second single using the bunt. And there's 1 on with 2 gone. Up comes Jack Duffy.
It was a really good bunt. I thought the play was going to be Mike Bovey, who was right next to Gaines when Gaines fielded that ball, but Bovey's momentum was moving in, and probably an easier throw for Mike to make than Gaines, who had to kind of stop, pick up the ball, and chuck it to first.
Now up comes the lefty Jack Duffy. Ball bounces in the dirt. Breaking ball can't drop into the zone. The count 1 ball and no strikes.
And you said it, Carlo, a great play by Franzoni to corral that baseball. It was a really great play because that was nearly a wild throw. Gaines threw a missile to first base, and Franzoni just kind of stabbed at it and was able to get it in the tip of his glove.
4-0. Bourne leads YD. Throw back to first, and Franzoni scoops it up, doesn't apply a tag, as diving back in as Hurley head first. Luke has a massive glove on his left hand. It is bright blue and so far has engulfed everything his way. Another throw his way, and they get him. In a run down, throw on to second. Ferreira's charging. Back to Franzoni, the first baseman trying to apply the tag. Dancing with Hurley. Hurley gets around him. Now Gaines is going to try to tag him, and he did. Looked like Hurley was out of the base paths. That's what Gaines is talking to first base umpire Joseph Labella about. Nonetheless, it all ends in an out. YD able to catch Hurley off the bag, and he is caught for the final out of the top of the fourth. One hit, but it's a 2-run home run from Matt Shaw. As Bourne doubles their lead, they make it 4-0. To the bottom of the fourth we go here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops, first responders who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Yarmouth Tennis Red Sox and all Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red shirt jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by Zephyr Hats, Massachusetts State Lottery, and OT Sports. Support our troops and first responders and join us by wearing red every Friday. Carlo Jimenez and Sam Lebowitz as we welcome you into the bottom of the fourth inning. The Bourne Braves with a 4-0 lead over the YD Red Sox, and the Red Sox still looking for their first hit of the afternoon. As Barrel Mike, as he's so called, Mike Bovey, left-handed batter, digs in to face the pitcher, Cunningham. Opening offering down the hill. Bovey takes a strike at the knees on the changeup. No balls in one strike. Bovey struck out looking in the first. It's the second time all summer he has struck out. 0-1. And he swings and pops one up over towards second. The second baseman, Eblin, charging, and it goes under his glove and into right field. There it is. Barrel Mike does his job as he picks up the first hit of the ball game for YD and reaches to begin the bottom of the fourth.
And what an odd play that was as well. We've seen a couple of interesting plays on the infield in this game already. That one he chopped at, and I think it hit the lip of the infield grass right out, extended beyond the circle of dirt around home plate, and bounced straight over the mound. And I think the second baseman, Eblin, had a tough time reading the hops, and it skipped under his glove.
Here's the right-handed bat of Franzoni, opening offering. He takes a fastball low for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. 4-0 Bourne, nobody out, and Bovey leads at first. Mike has not attempted a stolen base this summer. He stole 12 in 13 attempts with Omaha in the spring. 1-0. Franzoni golfs at one and misses the changeup. The count, 1 ball and 1 strike. A run in the first, the third, and 2 in the fourth. Bourne with a 4-0 lead. They scored 4 runs in the combined doubleheaders yesterday. 1-1. Franzoni loops one. Diving stop by the shortstop, Shaw. He tries to go to second in time. What a play! Matt Shaw from his backside dives to his right, stops it from going into the outfield, and then throws to second, in which the second baseman, Eblin, has to stretch to snare it, and somehow comes up with the baseball, and there's one away. Matt Shaw, ridiculous.
That was an outstanding play. Just to get to that ball on a one-hop smash in the hole, Shaw made a great play, but after the dive, able to turn that into an out, that is Sports Center worthy. Put a star on that one.
Caden Connor, left-handed batter, looks in. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it straight back over the screen. No balls and 1 strike to him. The junior from Maryland with a terrific play. 4-0 Bourne Braves lead the YD Red Sox. The last of 3 in a row. These two teams will see each other one more time on July 13th. 0-1. Breaking ball misses off the outside. Looked like the changeup there. 1 ball, 1 strike from Cunningham. Shadows starting to creep onto the field down the left field line as it approaches the mound where Cunningham stands. Working from the first base side of the rubber, he looks towards first where Franzoni leads. 1 out, 1 on, 1-1. Change up, catches the outside part of the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bourne lost game 1 against YD, 4-2 yesterday. But these teams ended in a tie in game 2. 2-2 was the score. Here's the 1-2 down the hill. A swing and a looper into right field, a base hit. Franzoni did the big turn at second. He tries for third. The throw in from the right fielder, Duffy, not in time. An extra 90 for Luke Franzoni as he's into third. Caden Connor with his first hit of the afternoon. And YD with runners at the corners and just 1 out for Johnny Long.
Good response for the Red Sox here after the Shaw home run. Put him behind 4 runs. Obviously not a hole you want to be in, but still lots of baseball left if this is only the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Red Sox still within, the Braves, as they say, are not Grand Slam proof yet. But a couple of well-struck balls in this inning. The Red Sox first 2 hits. Good response after falling behind even deeper in this hole.
So in stands the right-handed bat of Johnny Long. YD with 2 at the corners. First 2 hits of the game coming in this bottom of the 4th. Can they bring home their first run down 4-0? Opening offering. Long swings and misses. Fastball by him. No balls and 1 strike. And Sam, this is the guy you want at the plate. Johnny Long leads the team in RBIs so far this summer, despite hitting just 192. He's got 5 ribbies to his name. 0-1. Long swings, soft looper down the left field line, drops fair. Running from third and scoring is Franzoni. It's another RBI for Johnny Long. And YD is on the board in the bottom of the 4th. 4-1, Bourne leads.
Didn't hit it hard, didn't really have to. Found real estate down that left field line. Third base knock of the inning for the Red Sox. And hey, would you look at that? In this ballpark, runs tend to be scored relatively quickly. And the Red Sox, just like that, have the tying run up already.
Caden Connor at second, Johnny Long at first. 1 out, 2 on. And now 3 hits in this 4th inning for a YD team that didn't have a hit through the first 3 frames. Right-handed bat of Jordan Thompson looks on. Here comes Cunningham's pitch. Thompson takes the slider away. The count, 1 ball and no strikes. Some stirring in the Bourne bullpen. Can't see exactly who it is. And now we're going to get a visit at the mound. Cunningham, who was activated today from Vanderbilt. Scott Landers wants to go talk to him. Meanwhile, looks like, I would guess, it's going to be Zach Veen for YD when we begin the 5th. He's been warming up now for 2 innings. And really, Sam, you think about this inning, a single from Bovey, Franzoni robbed of a single by a great play from Shaw, and then knocks from Connor and Long. Everybody has made solid contact in the 4th against Cunningham.
And still no reason as to why this has to end. The Red Sox, bottom of their order in this game. Thompson, Ferreras, and Bush, 3 talented hitters. Thompson was an everyday player for a very good LSU team this year, and every chance that he's going to be able to continue this inning. As for the reliever in that bullpen for Bourne, I would love to get that name for you, but looking down with the binoculars, he's wearing a hoodie. He's warming up in a hoodie, and he doesn't have a number available. Well, now I think he took the hoodie off. I'll try to get that for you.
Appreciate it, Sam. 1-0. Jordan Thompson looks at a fastball that misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The Bourne Braves 4. YD Red Sox 1. YD this season, when they have scored more than 1 run, have tied or won every single game. They're going to need at least 4 here today. But can the offense get going? Cunningham sets belt high. Stares at second where Connor leads. 2-0. Thompson ropes one down the left field line. A fair ball. No, foul. Home plate umpire James Fonseca put his hands in the air. There's nobody down that third base line with the third base umpire Larry Garcia in the middle of the infield. It's not a very dark painted white line down left, but a good eye for Fonseca, and that brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Carlo, I think it was the right call, but didn't miss by much for Jordan Thompson. and maybe the sharpest hit ball of this inning off his bat.
And the Red Sox just continue to make good contact against Bryce Cunningham. Can Jordan Thompson grab his first RBI of the summer in his third game? Caden Connor at second, Johnny Long at first. 2-1. Swinging a foul in on the hands. Fastball jams Jordan Thompson with that jet black mustache on and the white sleeve on his right arm. Will restrap his white gloves. Looks like Cameron Bai is warming up in the bullpen, according to our great bullpen reporter, researcher, color commentator, the man with many hats, Sam Lebowitz.
Oh, I do what I can for the sake of the broadcast, Carlo.
Oh, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. 2 on, 1 out, and a 2-2 count. Can Thompson keep the rally going? 4-1, Bourne leads YD. The pitch. And he watches. Ball 3, missed below the zone. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
There's a big action pitch here. Thompson, a guy who likes to pepper the ball all over the field, hits a lot of line drives. You don't want to load the bases if you're Cunningham here. Expect a strike.
Payoff pitch down the hill. Ball 4, low, and that loads him up for the YD Red Sox. Caden Connor to third, Johnny Long to second. Jordan Thompson reaches for the first time. And here is Paz Ferreras in his first game back from the hand injury. Ferreras digs in with the bases loaded and 1 away.
Exactly the spot you want to be in if you're Paz Ferreras, thrown back into the fire after dealing with that injury. And knowing Paz through these first couple weeks of the season, having gotten to speak to him, he loves this kind of situation.
Right-handed batter looks at the first pitch. Fastball, he swings and slaps one down the left field line. Left fielder Hurley chasing it. It one-hops the wall. Coming home and scoring is Connor. Following him is Long. Stopping at third on the play is Jordan Thompson. It's a 2 RBI double for Paz Ferreras. Welcome back, Paz. And YD is within 1 with the tying run at third. It's 4-3. Bourne leads.
It's exactly what I'm talking about. An aggressive hitter who likes the big moment. Paz Ferreras swinging there at the first pitch, lacing one off the fence on 1 hop. Welcome back to the lineup, Paz Ferreras.
So now Homer Bush digs in. Another hit against Bryce Cunningham. Seems like that's all YD has been doing in this 4th inning. 3 runs already across, the tying run at third, the go-ahead at second, and that's going to be it for Cunningham. We'll get our second and final mound visit, and Cameron Bai will be inheriting this messy situation for the Bourne Braves. Bourne 4, YD with 3 runs in the bottom of this 4th inning, Sam, and they're within 1 with the tying run 90 feet away and the go-ahead in scoring position. We'll be right back here on our YD broadcast. Welcome you back to Red Wilson Field, where the YD Red Sox are trailing the Bourne Braves 4-3. New pitcher on the mound, getting warm. It's already Cameron Bai. And while we have some time, let's update on the scores around the Cape today. 4 games going on. 1 is starting at 7 o'clock. They're in the bottom of the 5th at Brewster, Stony Brook Field. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the Brewster Whitecaps going at it. And there's no score on the board. Bottom of the 2nd in Spillane Field, where the Catuit Cavaliers cross the bridge to Wareham, and no score. Catuit and Wareham in a scoreless game. And, well, the trend continues at Eldridge Park. Top of the 1st, Sam, what do you think the score is? I
would guess, because it's 6:31 and they start their games at 6:30 in Orleans, I would guess that one's still probably scoreless as well.
You'd be correct. You'd be correct. So, only offense on the Cape is here at Red Wilson Field, and a lot of it coming as of late against Bryce Cunningham. YD team, Sam, that didn't look like they could really do anything against the Vanderbilt reliever through the first 3 frames. In your eyes, what do you think changed going into that 4th inning?
I think it was mental. The Red Sox were not really doing much through those first 3 innings. You mentioned it, not a hit on the board. And after that weird sort of infield single, could have been called an error to lead off the inning by Mike Bovee. Luke Franzoni hit a ball hard. It turned into an out on a spectacular play by Matt Shaw. But once they got that first hit and that first bit of hard contact against Cunningham, it just seemed like everyone said, all right, maybe we can hit this guy, and maybe it's time for us to hit this guy. And you look at it, Connor singled, Long singled, Thompson took a walk, and passed Ferreras with that double.
In stands the 9-hole hitter, Homer Bush, with 1 out, an opportunity to give YD the lead against Cameron Pye, the redshirt junior out of Wichita State, making his 3rd appearance of the summer. In 3 2/3 innings of work, he has not given up a run. First pitch is a fastball well above the zone, 1 ball and no strikes. Talking to Calvin Cristoforo and the Bourne broadcasters before the game, Sam, they said they don't have a radar on Cameron Pye, but they would guess we're talking high 90s. 1 ball and no strikes to the righty Bush. The pitch and the curveball tapped off the end of the bat of the GCU outfielder.
It's really
1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and 2 on.
Really just a 2-pitch mix here on Cameron Pye. You mentioned the fastball. You just saw the curveball. He'll run it up in the mid to upper 90s, and a big over-the-hand breaking ball.
1-1. Bush shows bunt, bluffs it as he pulls it back and takes a strike on the outer edge. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. At 3rd leads Jordan Thompson. At 2nd is Pass Ferreras after his 2 RBI double. 4-3, the Bourne Braves lead the YD Red Sox. And Homer Bush a chance to give YD the lead with some solid contact. Infielders are in at the corners, the 1-2. And Bush just taps one back to the catcher Espinal. His only play is to first, and he throws it off the back of the first baseman Roccafor, coming home and scoring as well as Pass Ferreras. 2 runs come in, and it's 5-4. YD leads Bourne.
I think what happened there is with Bush's speed, it was going to take an absolute BB out of Alan Espinal's right hand to throw him out as the slow tapper went softly in front of the plate, heads up base running on Jordan Thompson, who saw that the plate had been vacated by Espinal, who tried to go make that play. And then I think that ball hit off Homer Bush square in the back and carried him into short right field.
Goes down as a hit. And YD has a 5-4 lead. Here's the left-handed bat of Luke Schliger, who swings at the first pitch, lofts it into center field, coming in and sliding head first. Elijah Nunez steals a knock from Luke Schliger, and there's 2 away. And second, nice defensive play from the Bourne Braves in this frame. Keeps this inning moving along as up comes Chase Mydroth, the 9th batter of the 4th. And that is the 2nd time in the last 3 games these 2 teams have played. Nunez has stolen a base hit from Luke Schliger. Did it in Game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. By atop the mound, kicks and deals, and the right-handed bat of Mydroth fouls it off down the left field line. Homer Bush already 1 stolen base today. We'll see if he's running. Get you more information on Cameron Pye. Out of Texas, went to Trinity High School. 3.76 ERA at Wichita State. 2 outs and a snapback throw to first. Back with a head first slide is the 6'3" Homer Bush. Wind barely blowing out to left. Shadows starting to creep onto the field down the left field line. 5 runs in for the YD Red Sox, looking for their 2nd win against the Bourne Braves in as many days. And they have taken a 5-4 lead. A 1, fastball misses away. Check that, catches the outer edge. Late call from home plate umpire James Fonseca. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Mydroth. Mydroth is still looking for his first hit. He's seen 5 of his teammates get knocks in this fourth inning. 2 outs, 1 on, 0-2. Fastball low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Whitey offense that continues to hit well. Here at home, 11 runs in their last home game, 5 in the one before that, and now 5 here today. The 1-2, runner goes. And it's in the dirt. Curveball pops into the glove of Espinal, and he has no throw. Second stolen base for Homer Bush of the day. And he's into scoring position with 2 gone. Well, Sam, I'd say Homer's correction of you that he was not just fast, he's very fast, spot on.
I'd say so, and only stole 7 bags this year, but he can move.
2-2. Bounces in again. Curveball stops underneath the legs of Espinal. Almost gets by him as he calls for time. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runner at second. There's a whole lot of room behind home plate here at Red Wilson Field, and the chain link fence just makes it that much easier for the ball to die a good 10 yards behind home plate. YD with 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. They've taken a 5-4 lead. 3-2 home, Bush running. Fastball misses inside, throw to third, not in time. Homer Bush, how about another stolen base? His 3rd of the game, 2nd of the frame. And on to first goes Chase Mydroff with a walk. The inning continues. As up comes Mike Bovee, who broke up the no-hitter through 3 innings with his single to begin the inning in the 4th.
And Homer Bush, we talk about the ability to run and the ability to steal a base as 2 separate skills that often go hand in hand, but just because you can run doesn't mean you can steal a base. But Homer Bush Jr. making like his father, who stole 65 bases in the big leagues, including his best season in 1999 for the Blue Jays, in which he stole 32 bases and 40 attempts for Toronto. So a guy who's been around professional baseball for much of his young life certainly has a role model in his father who can learn a lot in terms of base stealing from, and paying dividends early in his YD career with 3 steals and 3 attempts in this game.
He leads at third, Mydroff at first. 5-4. The Whitey Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves, looking for more here in the 4th. First pitch to Bovee is a fastball that misses away. 1 ball and no strikes.
Barrel Mike hasn't punched a ball over a fence yet this summer, but we know he's got the power to do just that, and a chance for the Red Sox to break this one open.
By from the first base side of the rubber. 1-0 is a fastball low. 2 balls and no strikes. Mentioned earlier, Sam, how YD has scored now 21 runs in their last 3 games here at home, and that's good news because they'll be playing 5 of their next 6 at Red Wilson Field, including the next 3. A lot of time in the short ballpark. Here comes a 2-0. Bovee watches a fastball catch the outer edge. 2 balls and a strike.
You were waiting for this offense to really start clicking, and after the offensive acquisitions got a day to acclimate, maybe a day plus those 3 hitless innings. Now the Red Sox seem to be doing just that.
2-1. Bovee watches a curveball miss below the zone. 3 balls and a strike. Outfield is straight away. The middle infielders are back. 2 outs on the board. 5-4. The Whitey Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves. The final of 3 in a row between these 2 teams. Cameron By in relief for Cunningham, looking to end what has been a nightmare 4th. 3-1. Bovee bounces one down the right field line foul. A young kid with a glove gets a round of applause down that right field line. Comes out on 3 hops. Sticks it with the backhand and heads back to his seat.
Nicely done.
He's staying ready. Both the pitcher and the hitter now in the shade. The wind gusting out to left. And YD looking to get above 500 for the first time this season. 3-2, runners go. Fastball misses away. A walk to Mike Bovee. Back-to-back walks by Cameron By. And this 4th inning won't end. Bases still loaded. And up comes the right-handed bat of Luke Franzoni.
Talk about a chance to blow this one open. The best power on this Red Sox team will bat with the bases loaded. And those fans out beyond the tall 10-foot fence all around the outfield better be ready.
Right in a bat, digs in. At third, Bush. At second, Mydroff. At first, Bovee. Opening offer. Big curveball and a big swing and a miss from Franzoni. No balls and 1 strike. Sam, I was trying to think of nicknames for Luke because he looks like a guy who needs a nickname. The mustache, the mullet, a big power. Here's an 0-1. And he swings and misses at a fastball. No balls and 2 strikes. And something that came to mind is in batting practice, Franzoni will often tattoo the trees and knock down branches. Maybe the lumberjack.
I think I knew you were going with that one. I like that.
He also breaks a ton of bats. 0-2. And he swings and skies this one. Mile high pop up into right. Duffy, the right fielder, on the jog forward, wearing the glasses, uses 2 hands and secures the baseball. Well, YD brings 11 to the plate. 5 runs come across on 5 hits. 3 left stranded, and it's 5-4. The Red Sox lead through 4. We'll be right back. Take a deep breath. A lot of offense in this one. 5-4. YD leads Bourne.
Giardino's Family Restaurant is a Cape Cod tradition. Same family, same location for 52 years. Giardino is part of the community, giving back to many and various organizations. As part of the recognition, a Yarmouth Little League field is named in honor of their dad, who founded the business in 1970. Giardino's is a family-oriented operation serving a wide-range menu, sure to please everyone. Give them a try, and you will come back. Visit them at 242 Main Street on Route 28 in West Yarmouth, or visit Jardino'sFamilyRestaurant.com, a proud sponsor of YD Red Sox baseball. New pitcher for the Red Sox, Carlo. Who do we got on the mound?
Zach Veen is trying to impress some scouts here as we begin the 5th inning at Red Wilson Field. 5-4, the YD Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves. Veen out of Point Loma, a D2 university, who went all the way to the NCAA Division II championship but were unable to win, was a stud for the Point Loma team. 1.29 ERA, gave up an earned run in just 4 of his 26 appearances, ended the regular season with a .92 ERA. And Sam, yesterday, Zach became one of just 2 Sea Lions to be named to the Division II Commissioners Association All-American team. Braxter Halligan, his other teammate, was the other Sea Lion, first time he was named an All-American. So Veen out of Eastvale, California, majoring in business finance, looks to get things going for the YD Red Sox. Veen was a part of a Point Loma team that won 51 games. Sam, just 10 losses for him. And the long hair flowing out of the back of his hat, stands at 6 foot 180 atop the mound. He faces Jack Duffy, Wyatt Hensler, and Carson Rockefort. In the top of the 5th inning. Left-handed bat of Duffy singled his last time up. As it begins the top of the 5th, 5-4, YD leads. First pitch, fastball misses inside. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Bean working from the third base side of the rubber. The glove tucked to the right of his jersey. He comes set, just about belly button high. Stares in towards Schliger, who sets up on the inside part of the plate. And the 1-0 misses inside. Fastball misses. 2 balls and no strikes. And Bean, who started warming up about an hour ago, really. 6:45 now. It was about 5:40 in the third inning. Spent a ton of time in that bullpen down the left field line. Closed off stance towards the lefty's Duffy. 2-0 below the zone. He's yet to throw a strike. 3 balls and no strikes.
If the name Zach Veen rings a bell, well, this is not that same Zach Veen. You're probably either a Rockies fan or an MLB draft guru if you're familiar with the name, because the Rockies took a high school outfielder in the first round in 2020 named Zach Veen. This is not him.
Here comes the 2-0 down the hill. Fastball drops into the top of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. Scoreboard has a 2-0, but James Fonseca reminding us 3-1. 5-4. YD leads Bourne after a 5 spot in the bottom of the 4th. We're in the top of the 5th. 3-1. Swinging a ground ball right side. Charging the first baseman Franzoni. Gets it on 3 hops. Underhand flips to the covering. Veen not in time. Beating it out in a foot race, Jack Duffy reaches again today. 2nd straight time he's on the base pass. It goes down as a hit. His 2nd. Duffy now, Sam, really swinging the bat well. He is 7 for his last 15. And in stands the righty Wyatt Hensler, who's 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles.
That'll play. 7 for 15, decent hot streak. That was a tough play by Franzoni, one of those in-betweeners in no man's land where you either got to make a decision to cover the bag or go for the baseball. He chose the baseball.
So Veen will face the right-handed bat of Hensler with a runner at first. Opening offering, Hensler swings and drives one into the gap into right center field. Center fielder Bush coming over, called off by the right fielder Caden Connor. Waves his hands in the air, says, I got it. And he's not lying. He comes up with it with 2 hands. There's one away. Tying run at first, go ahead at the plate. It's not Hensler this time. It's Carson Rockefort. Just the 2nd day Rockefort wearing a Bourne Brave uniform. The left-handed batter digs in, 5-4, the YD lead over the Bourne Braves. About 65 degrees, a light breeze out to left. It is gorgeous here at Red Wilson. Veen can stare down the runner at first the entire time, and he's going to throw down there. Diving with a head-first slide. Back to the bag is Duffy. Duffy, 3 stolen bases already this summer. Had one in the back half of the doubleheader yesterday. Hit a ridiculous 442 at Polk State, and that earned him a scholarship to Houston. Another throw to first, this time Duffy on his feet instead of sliding. Veen, the left-handed pitcher, it's not a very fast pickoff move, but maybe he's setting something up for later. Left-handed bat of Rockefort looks on. He holds it high above his head. Still yet to see a pitch. Veen now deals. Fastball up and in. Rockefort leans back as that one trims his stubble on his face. They count 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Sam, have you ever had a chance to look at images of Point Loma in their baseball stadium out there in California?
I have not.
You can see the waves crashing from center field. It is absolutely gorgeous. Here's a throwback to first, and back on his feet again is Duffy. 5-4, the YD Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves. After trailing 4-0, going into the bottom of the 4th, YD rattled off 5 in the bottom of the inning. An absolute stunning ballpark at Point Loma. It is called the most gorgeous in the country. And I think that's not an overstatement. 1 out, 1 on. Veen's 1-0. Breaking ball fouled straight back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Looking at photos now, Carlo, and it would appear that that title of America's most scenic ballpark definitely in contention.
It plays short, kind of like Red Wilson Field, but a lot of guys in interviews will tell you the wind blows in so strong from the ocean that it really plays like a big ballpark. 1 ball and 1 strike. Veen looking towards Roccaforte. He kicks high and throws. And the slider misses away. 2 balls and a strike. 4 runs on 8 hits for Bourne, a team looking to get back in the win column after losing the first half of the doubleheader yesterday and tying the second in a game they should have won, giving up just 1 hit to YD. Veen, another throw to first. He's thrown the ball as many times to first as he's thrown home. And Duffy has yet to slide back into the bag since the first time he slid it. A big league for Jack. We're in those Houston-colored cleats. They are bright, bright orange. Darker orange, almost more towards a red. 2-1 to the plate. Fastball above the zone. 3 balls and a strike. And Veen, who is paying so much attention to Duffy at first, now behind in the count to Roccaforte at the plate. Wind picks up down the left field line. Fans stretching down the left and right field line, but more in the sun down the right field line, enjoying the rays. Here on this Tuesday afternoon, 3-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the junior from Louisiana Lafayette. Duffy singled aboard on an infield blooper down the right field line. Wyatt Hensler then flew out to right. Here we are, the full count to Roccaforte. 5-4, YD leads Bourne. Another throw to first and another trot back to the bag for Duffy. Won't even call it a fast move back to first. Duffy just kind of takes 3 steps, gets back in time. Franzoni, the first baseman, no business applying the tag. Full count with 1 out. Another throw to first, and Duffy with a lunge back on his feet.
Yeah, these are not the A-plus moves by Veen. Usually left-handers have a couple different moves that they'll try to show you. These, I think, just trying to keep Duffy close, just trying to vary his timing to home plate and keep him cognizant of that move.
Veen staring at first towards Duffy. 3-2 home, and a swing and a foul straight back as it nails the whiteboard that shows the YD Red Sox. Our great scout liaison, Amanda, picks it up with the left hand, puts it back with care. Sun starting to be covered by the clouds as the light dissipates here at Red Wilson Field. 5-4, YD leads Bourne. Bourne with the go-ahead run at the plate, the tying at first. 3-2. Swinging a hot shot past the diving glove of the first baseman, Franzoni, into right field, a base hit. Trying for 3 is Duffy. The throw from the right fielder, Caden Connor, cut off by the shortstop pass. Ferreras into third on his feet is Jack Duffy on the single from Carson Roccaforte. And there's runners to the corners with 1 out and a chance for Bourne to retake the lead with the tying run at third, the go-ahead at first for the 8-hole hitter, Alan Espinal. Espinal grounded into a inning-ending double play in the third with the bases loaded and just 1 out. A huge turn by the YD defense that went around the horn. 5-4-3, beautifully called by Sam Lebowitz. To my right.
Appreciate it, Carlo.
That was a great call.
I'm sure you would have called it even better.
You're too kind. 5-4, YD leads Bourne, hanging on by a thread. The tying run 90 feet away. Right-handed bat of Espinal making his Bourne debut, trying to put his team back on the high side here in the top of the 5th. Veen deals home. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate, according to the home plate umpire, James Fonseca. And there's no balls in 1 strike. Looks like somebody is up and at him in that bullpen for YD. Our great bullpen expert, Sam, is going to track it down for us. Although, Sam, the sweatshirts might be an issue for you again. Leading at first is Roccaforte. At third, Duffy. A 1 runner goes. Fastball away, and Schliger not even going to throw. On to second without a throw is Carson Roccaforte as Duffy was encroaching down the third base line. And so 2 in scoring position with 1 out, and Espinal now with 1 swing of the bat into a gap can give Bourne the lead. They had a 4-0 advantage in the top of the 4th. That disappeared, and YD went up 5-4 in the bottom of the 4th. Here we are in the top of the 5th. And the Braves threatening high-octane offense at Red Wilson. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Fastball by him. And the count 1-2. Alan Espinal from Vieira, Florida, born in Puerto Rico. Said he tried shortstop, third base, and the outfield, was moved to catcher at age 11 and really loved the leadership aspect of being a catcher. Espinal and his family moved to Florida in 2017 after a hurricane in Puerto Rico. Here's the 1-2. Fastball well off the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Espinal, as a junior, was able to reach the regional finals in Florida, but never got to see his senior year due to the pandemic. Didn't expect to be here on the Cape. Said his goal out of high school was to get drafted, but the MLB draft shortened to just 5 rounds. 2-2. Fastball back to the screen. Off the top of the bat of Espinal. And Sammy said that kind of gave him a new perspective that baseball might not be here forever, and that his degree was important, had the offer to Vanderbilt, and committed to go play for Tim Corbin. Trying to put together a great summer and a great junior year and maybe be drafted in a year's worth of time. At third is Jack Duffy, and second, Carson Roccaforte. 5-4, YD leads Bourne in the top of the 5th with 1 out. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the righty. Here it comes. And he swings and fouls another back behind us over towards the parking lot. Not towards your car, Sam. You're a veteran here at Red Wilson. Parked, what, 50 feet from home plate?
One of the first things they told us is for these home games, park as far away from the field in the parking lot here at Dennis Yarmouth High School as you possibly can. So I try to really get a few rows deep.
If ball hits your car, it's a miracle. Flag stoic in left. 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Bourne with a hit can take a lead. Can Espinal deliver? 2-2. Fastball misses inside, gets just away from Schliger, over towards his left onto the lip of the grass, but he keeps it in front of him. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And our reporter from the bullpen, Sam Lebowitz, telling us it is Sean Gamlin, also known as Gamer. As he says, everybody calls him that. Warming up in the pen. Might be a short first outing for Zach Veen out of Point Loma. Jersey flapping in the wind across the shaded mound. Left side of the field in the shade. 3-2. Fastball misses low, ball 4. On to first goes Alan Espinal. 3 ducks on the pond. The base is loaded for the Bourne Braves. And it's up to the sophomore, Bryce Eblin, to try to give Bourne the lead, or at least the tie. He can do that with a fly ball into the outfield. A good arm in left in Thompson. We haven't seen Homer Bush's arm in center, and Caden Connor, who has moved from the infield to the outfield, has a strong arm in right. Left-handed bat of Eblin Dixon. It's Duffy at third, Roccaforte at second, Espinal at first. 1 out on the board. YD Red Sox 5, the Bourne Braves 4, and time is called.
This is a tough spot for sure for Zach Veen, but benefited a little bit by the matchups here. Both Eblin and the on-deck hitter Elijah Nunez, both left-handers, which is a tougher matchup for them against left-handed Veen.
Veen exhales, kicks and deals home. And a swing and a ground ball right side. Backhanded by the first baseman, Franzoni. He goes home for 1 and nowhere else to go. A heads-up play by Luke on the infield grass. Guns it to home. 2 outs on the board now. As Duffy is out on the force out. On to third goes Roccaforte. Espinal to second. And Eblin to first on the fielder's choice. And Sam, after having 2 in scoring position and just 1 out, Whitey has a chance to get out of this frame with no runs across. They need 1 more out. It's the leadoff lefty, Elijah Nunez.
Yeah, that's a really key play in this game. After the walk, Eblin swinging at the first pitch and hitting a soft tapper. Nice play by Luke Franzoni, who went over, fielded that ball with the backhand, and had the wherewithal to make an accurate throw home.
Bases full of Bourne Braves. 2 outs. The pitch. Nunez takes ball 1 low. On the curveball, the count 1 ball and no strikes. Tying run at third, go ahead at second. We've seen 7 runs in the 4th inning. Will we see more in the top of the 5th? A 4-0 Bourne lead evaporates in the bottom of the fourth as YD pushes 5 across, brings 11 to the plate. Bourne trying to do something similar in the top of the fifth. 2 outs, bases loaded. Beans, 1-0. Fastball in there for strike one. Snap back throw to third. Bovee applies the tag, but back in sliding is Carson Roccaforte.
I think a closer play than some might realize. Larry Garcia, the field umpire, was pretty quick to signal safe, but Roccaforte didn't dive back in there, and Bovee slapped a tag on him shortly after catching that ball, but Roccaforte was able to get that foot in first.
1 ball and 1 strike the count. Veen a long stare in towards Schlicker. Gets the sign. Sets belly button high. 1-1. Fastball catches the outer edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Veen a strike away. Roccaforte takes his lead at third. Espinal at second. Eblin at first. A 1-2 count with 2 outs. Can Veen strand the 3 runners? Peeks over his right shoulder towards third. 1-2. Fastball misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Nunez singled in the second. He walked and scored in the fourth after the home run from Matt Shaw, who awaits his turn on deck. Bean stares in. Here comes a 2-2 to the plate. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Ferreras, the shortstop, gloves it, steps on second, and that does it. Zach Veen relinquishes 2 hits, but leaves 3 stranded. No runs come across. YD's lead still just a toothpick. It's 5-4. The Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves. Bottom of the fifth coming your way. 2 up. Caden Connor, Johnny Long, and Jordan Thompson. Middle of the 6th inning, which means it's trivia time. Our 6th inning trivia contest brought to you by Coxswain Media and Pixie 103, Cape Cod's Rock. We'll give you today's trivia question. Answer the question before the next home game by going to ydredsox.com/trivia. Answer correctly, and you'll be eligible to win an official YD Red Sox jersey signed by the 2022 YD Red Sox team. Here's today's trivia question. Which former infielder from the YD Red Sox 2010 playoff team later played for the Angels and the Brewers and is now in the Boston Red Sox system? Don't forget to submit your answer at ydredsox.com/trivia. Sam, any chance you think you got it?
Not off the top of my head. This one's not as specific, but I'm sure if I took one peek at that 2010 Red Sox roster, I would get it for you instantly.
All right, confidence. We welcome you back to the bottom of the 5th inning, a 5-4 YD lead over the Bourne Braves as Caden Connor begins things for the Red Sox. New left fielder is Evan Slight in the game for Hurley, so no more back-to-back jacks. Unfortunately, in the lineup, Slight bats in the cleanup spot for Jack Hurley, who was 2 for 2 today. Left-handed bat of Connor looks on and takes ball 1 low from Cameron By. Caden Connor, who singled and scored in that fourth. 11 batters came to the plate in the 4th inning for the Red Sox. 5 runs came across. Caden Connor now has a hit in 5 straight. 1-0 to him. Swing and a miss. Changeup has him fooled on the different speeds in the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cal State Fullerton product. Playing right field today. Saw him play first base yesterday. 1-1. And he swings and loops one into left field towards the gap for a base hit. One hop, then cut off nicely by the center fielder Nunez to keep it a single. Caden Connor with 2 hits today. His first 2-hit game of the summer. And he's on first with nobody out to begin the bottom of the 5th.
Good piece of hitting, just going with that one, driving it the other way on a pitch running away from him. That was pretty hitting for Caden Connor. I'm sure Coach Pickler, the hitting guru he is, will appreciate that one.
Connor with a healthy lead at first. He's in the shade, as is most of the infield. Here's the right-handed bat of Johnny Long. Opening offering, Long looks at a breaking ball that misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. YD Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves 5-4. Flag still in left center field. Fans starting to put the sweatshirts on, put the blankets over their knees. It's been a turtle space here at Red Wilson Field, where we do not have lights. Working on the sun's time. Connor with a lead at first. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch to Long. Fastball well above the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Johnny, who leads the team in RBIs, already with 1 in today's contest, had the first of the 5-run bottom of the 4th. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Cal State Fullerton at first, Long Beach State at home. 2-0. Fastball high. Long and Caden Connor, Big West opponents during the spring, teammates during the summer. 3 balls and no strikes to Long with nobody out. And Caden Connor at first, and time is called. And Cameron by with a mound visit here. Looks like somebody's getting warm in the pen for Bourne.
Yeah, it's the left-hander Nelson Berkwich, who is that 3rd Vanderbilt pitcher who was added to the roster today for Bourne. We'll see if he's coming in yet. But probably not in the middle of a count, especially not with a right-hand hitter up. But
well, while we wait, let's give you a little Johnny Long story. Johnny, who Sam was not a scholarship player at Long Beach State, walked on his freshman year, got the attention of Long Beach State head coach Eric Valencia through Steve Tromby, who is the owner of a travel ball organization called Tromby Baseball. Valenzuela really liked Long's approach, said he'd give him a walk-on opportunity, and what did Johnny do? He hit .341 and missed the final 14 games due to injury, but was named Big West Player of the Year a couple times and was put on scholarship and was a big contributor to the Dirtbags this season. 3-0. And takes strike 1 down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike. That story brought to you by Andrea Lopez, a journalist for the Daily 49er, student newspaper at Long Beach State. Caden Connor at first, 5-4. YD leads Bourne. The 3-1 on a hop, picked nicely by the shortstop Shaw. The turn to first for 1 to second in time. Matt Shaw is putting on a show at shortstop. Another fantastic pick, as he's the front end of a 6-4-3 double play, and it remains a 1-run game. 5-4, YD leads Bourne.
yeah, he's impressed me with his play at shortstop. He looks fantastic. That was a do-or-die backhand pick, and he made it look pretty easy. And once he got that, that ball was hit right on the screws. An easy 6-4-3. The only hard part was the initial pick.
In stands now the right-handed bat of Jordan Thompson, who looks at a first pitch changeup that catches the outer part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, thanks to the nice turn by Shaw at short. Bottom of the 5th inning, 5-4. The YD Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves on this Tuesday afternoon, 0-1. Big breaking ball misses up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm looking at the back of Jordan Thompson's uniform. Something that kind of cracks me up is those ones are awfully spaced out. He's wearing number 11.
Yeah, now that you mention that, I'm never going to be able to unsee that.
1-1. Changeup on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They're just a little wider than maybe a regular 11 would be.
Yeah, there's a bit of white space in between those 2 ones. Looking at some of the other Red Sox numbers that I see in the dugout, that is abnormal.
1-2, he hits one off the end of that. Slow roller to Matt Shaw. The shortstop charges from the infield grass with a little finesse. Throws across his body to first in time for the out. One hit, but by faces the minimum thanks to some fantastic defense by shortstop Matt Shaw. 6th inning coming your way here at Red Wilson Field. Red Sox hanging on by a thread, a 5-4 lead. No summer in YD Red Sox Nation would be complete without our youth baseball clinics, where boys and girls ages 5 and up can learn the game of baseball and the importance of sportsmanship. Kids get to master the fundamentals of the game and sharpen their skills in a fun baseball clinic taught by none other than Coach Pickler, the future major leaguers on our roster. For more information, go to ydredsox.com/clinics. This year's youth baseball clinics are proudly sponsored by the Salty Dog Group of Keller Williams Realty, MP Sports Guard, and Giardino's Family Restaurant. The Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox and all the kids, thank you. Top of the 6th coming your way here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. I'm Carlo Jimenez. To my left, Zach Clapp, our producer. To my right, Sam Lebowitz. 5-4, the YD lead over the Bourne Braves, and we have a new pitcher, Sean Gamlin, a right-handed arm out of Rhode Island College, a D3 school from West Kingston, Rhode Island. The guy from the smallest state in the country digs in from the right side of the rubber. It's YD hanging on by a run, and they're going to need all of Gamlin's best stuff, who Sam has been expecting to pitch for a couple days now, finally getting back out there. Gamlin has not pitched in a while, just one appearance so far this summer.
And that came back at Brewster on the 2nd game of the Red Sox season, but he impressed us. This lone D3 player on this Red Sox roster stands about 5'8", but he can bring it. Some serious heat from his fastball out of his right arm. Brings it up into the mid to upper 90s from the right side.
Very compact delivery. Matt Shaw digs in right into batter who made a terrific play in the bottom of the 5th. Leads off the top of the 6th. 2-3-4 due up here for the Braves. Looking to get back in this game. Down a run. First pitch. Fastball catches the outer edge. No balls and 1 strike. Going to see a lot of strikes from Gamlin. He struck out 66 batters in 28 2/3 at Rhode Island. It's a lot. Here comes an 0-1. Swing and a miss on another fastball from Gamlin. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Gamlin loves to come out of the pen. He was a closer at Rhode Island, and he said he loves the pressure that's on him. He wants the ball and feels like the role suits him well. Well, the pressure is on here in the top of the 6th. Matt Shaw hit a 2-run home run last time he was up. The last runs for the Braves with an 0-2 count. Nobody out, bases empty. Here it comes. Fastball skips in the dirt away. Schliger using the red chest protector. Able to keep it in front of him. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I just did the math for you, Carlo.
Oh, I love math.
On the strikeouts for Sean Gamlin, you said 28 2/3 innings this year for Rhode Island College. That's 86 outs. And he had 66 strikeouts.
Gamlin exhales 1-2. Fastball in the dirt away again. Matt Shaw, did he go? Yes, he did. First base umpire Joseph Labella says, "Si, senor," and there's one away.
And that's the stuff that Sean Gamlin brings. Not only does he run that fastball up in the mid to upper 90s, but he's got that slider there that plays well off the fastball. And my goodness, that compact motion, only 5'9" there on the mound. He's throwing his whole body at you.
It is everything down the hill. Right in the bat of Chris Brito looks on with the bases cleared and 1 out. Opening offering. There's a fastball at the knees low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Kind of opens up as he comes down the mound. He doesn't step in a perfectly straight line, kind of steps off to the right towards the first base side. He's already on the extreme first base side of the pitching rubber and just kind of shows his whole belly button towards you while he's throwing all 210 pounds of himself towards the plate.
1 out. Fastball in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Shadows covering the infield. The outfield still all in the sun as the wind slightly picks up. Some fans have started to go home as the temperature has cooled off, but you don't want to leave this one if you're watching at home. 5-4, YD leads Bourne. It's a good one. And the top of the 6, 2-0 from Gamlin. Breaking ball misses off the edge. 3 balls and no strikes.
Sean's not a guy who walks many either. He only walked 12 this year compared to that 66 strikeouts, so he does it by attacking guys. And he didn't throw a single wild pitch either this year. Did hit 5 guys, though, but truly an outstanding season for him.
3-0 from the Rhode Island closer. Fastball down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike. Sam, you mentioned that ridiculous 66 of the 86 outs he recorded via the strikeout. Had a similar performance last summer in the New England Collegiate Baseball League with the Ocean State Waves. 70% of his outs were recorded via the strikeout. In 17 innings, 36 batters struck out. 3 balls and a strike. Here it comes. A swing and a high fly ball. Left field. Thompson, the left fielder, looking back. He's at the wall. He leaps. It's off his glove. Bounces off the chain link fence. Digging for second is Chris Brito. He's in there standing as the throw-in is cut off by the shortstop Ferreras. Jordan Thompson had a chance. The left fielder tried to leap for it. Not sure he needed to. His glove hit the fence. It popped out. And that's an E7, which rewards 2 bases for Brito. Now the tying run in scoring position and the go-ahead coming to the plate with 1 out and a 5-4 YD lead. Here's Evan Slight.
It's a tough E7 because it was not an easy play for Jordan Thompson, who hit against that chain link fence. Jordan Thompson, a shortstop primarily, hasn't played a whole lot of outfield, but left field is a spot that Scott Pickler likes to work his guys in there, get some positional versatility going. And I'll tell you what, if the throw had gone in closer towards second base, the Red Sox might have had a play on Chris Brito because I was watching him out of the box. He thought that ball was going to leave the ballpark. He chucked the bat aside and walked out of the batter's box and didn't really turn the Jets around until he saw that ball had dropped. He was only around first base.
So here is actually the lefty Jack Hurley, who swings the first pitch, misses it all. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Hurley was not in left field in the last half inning. We'll have to get a double check on where he is in the lineup. So it's Slight is in for Duffy. Hurley moved from left to right. That's the correction. So Hurley's still in the game, but it'll be Slight for Duffy in the next batter. No balls and 1 strike. Brito at second. 5-4. YD leads Bourne. Gamlin trying to protect that lead. 0-1. Fastball just off the inside of the bat down the right field line. Foul. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes quickly to the cleanup hitter, who's 2 for 2 today. Got my jacks mixed up, Sam.
Too many jacks in the kitchen.
Hurley in the box. Brito with not world-class speed at second base. 1 out and a 1-run lead for the YD Red Sox, looking to win 2 of 3 in a row against these Bourne Braves. They tied the second half of the doubleheader yesterday, won the first. 0-2 down the hill. Swing and a miss. Fastball got him. Second strikeout for Gamer. And there's 2 away. Sean Gamlin sits down Jack Hurley. Now faces Evan Slight with a tying run at second base. Slight 2 hits today in his 3 at-bats. Or excuse me, coming in for the first time for Duffy, who had 2 hits today. So now the junior from Houston digs in. With 2 gone, and Brito at second. 5-4. YD leads Bourne. Gamer's pitch. And Sean Gamlin misses inside with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Slight, who played yesterday in both doubleheaders, pinch hit in the second, started in the first, was 0 for 4 with an RBI and 2 walks overall. Brito at second, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider has him chasing in the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Shadows covering the infield and most of foul territory, but pretty much the entire outfield in the sun. The flag lightly blowing out to left. A picturesque clear sky above Red Wilson Field on this Tuesday afternoon. 1-1. Curveball on the inner edge for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slight, who coming into the doubleheader had a hit in every game he had appeared in for this Bourne Braves team. Pinch hitting here today. Brito at second, the tying run with 2 gone. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Sean Gamlin sets him down with 3 strikeouts as he leaves the tying run at second base. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. YD protects their 5-4 lead midway through the 6th. They're Red Wilson. We welcome you back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Carlo Jimenez with Sam Lebowitz, the Windy Red Sox with a 5-4 lead over the Bourne Braves. And Sam, we just mentioned our previous trivia question, but now we can give the fans an answer to the last trivia question. Go ahead and remind me, what exactly were we talking about?
Sure, Carlo. It also had to do with the 2010 Red Sox team. It was which 2 players from that 2010 Red Sox roster later played for the San Francisco Giants. Your choices were Jet Bandy and Bo Taylor, Mike Yastrzemski and Buster Posey, or Anthony DeSclafani and Joe Panik. Of course, Buster Posey played in 2006 and 2007. It couldn't be him. Jet Bandy and Bo Taylor never played with the Giants. It couldn't be them. So it has to be the right-hander Anthony DeSclafani and the St. John's product out of New York, the infielder Joe Panik.
Go Giants. I like to hear that as a Bay Area guy. Pass first, Homer Bush Jr., Luke Schliger. The 3 due up in the 6th inning. I know, can't believe it. We're still in the 6th, 2.5 hours in. 5-4, the YD Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves. As up comes the right-handed bat of Pass Ferreras, who really started that long 4th inning for the YD Red Sox, in which they scored all 5 of their runs. A 2 RBI double down the left field line, Sam. And you look back at this game to this point, seems like that's a big momentum shifter.
Absolutely. The biggest hit in this game, I would say, for either side.
Opening offering to the righty, and he looks at a strike on the outside edge. Nelson Berkwich, the new left-handed pitcher on the mound, another Vanderbilt arm. So Bourne had 3 Vanderbilt guys come in today, and we have now seen all 3 of them. Here's the 0-1. Backdoor slider catches the zone. A lot of movement on that pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Berkwich out of Boca Raton, Florida, made just 18 appearances out of the bullpen for Vanderbilt and threw just 15 innings. 0-2. Off the end of the bat, Ferreras with a long run down the line, picked up on the bare hand by Berkowitz. No throw to first, and past Ferreras with another knock, an infield single, his second of the game. Up comes the 9-hole hitter, Homer Bush, with one on and nobody out.
Pass runs well. It was going to be tough to throw him out on that play, and that ball didn't look settled down the left field line. And I was wondering if anyone was going to touch it or maybe even try to see if that ball would curl foul as it settled around the lip of the infield grass, but Berkowitz touched it fair and passes aboard.
Pass at first, opening offering to the righty Bush. He hits one slowly to the left side of the infield. Back into by the shortstop Shaw, who stumbles on the glove snag head high and has no throw. Bush with fantastic speed up the first base line was going to make that play awfully hard for the shortstop Shaw, who we've seen turn terrific plays today, but had no chance there. Two fast runners on the base paths for YD, and here is Luke Schliger.
Going to be a tough play to get an out in general on that one once it got past the third baseman, Wyatt Hensler, who was pulled in on the lip of the grass because of the threat of the bunt. And especially once he kind of slipped to a stop, he wasn't going to have a force play. He wasn't going to get an out.
Bunt shown by Schliger. He bluffs it, pulls it back, takes a ball away. Welcome to the Cape, Nelson Berkowitz. He gives up two infield singles in his first outing out of the pen for Bourne. And huge opportunity, Sam, for the Whitey Red Sox with a 5-4 lead over the Bourne Braves to add insurance, up just one run, but two on and nobody out. 1-0. Schlegler takes ball two below the zone. 2 balls and no strikes.
Berkowitz had a pretty good year out of the bullpen for Vanderbilt. 18 appearances, all relief outings, 15 innings. A weapon against left-handed pitchers, or left-handed hitters, rather. Struck out 19 in his 15 innings of work.
His 2-0, a big swing and a miss from Schliger. Count 2 balls and a strike. Spent last summer with the Newport Goals of the NECBL. Had a 3.25 ERA in 19 innings of work. Struck out 22, walked just 4. Pass Ferreras at second. Homer Bush Jr. at first. Whole lot of speed on the base paths for the Whitey Red Sox. Homer Bush with already 3 stolen bases today. Bunt shown by Schliger. He misses the ball. 2-1 misses away. Throwback to second. Gets away from the shortstop Shaw, but it just trickles down towards the second baseman Eblin. Pass Ferreras with a big secondary lead, and the catcher Espino almost caught him off the bag. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Luke Schliger. No clouds in the sky. The sun setting down the left field line as the trees shade the infield. Here at Red Wilson Field, the Whitey Red Sox looking to get above 500 for the first time this season. 2-2. Schliger shows bunt, bunts it foul, and that's strike 3. So Schliger is down, and up comes Chase Mydroff.
Goes as a strikeout, actually, in your scorecard.
And that is Luke's second strikeout of the summer. So Berkowitz records the strikeout. Both runners stay where they are. Ferreras at second, Homer Bush at first. Now up comes Chase Mydroff. And he looks at a first pitch fastball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. 8 hits, 5 runs for YD. 9 hits, 4 runs for Bourne. If you're just joining us, this game looked like it was going Bourne's way. Took a 4-0 lead. The 1-0 to the righty. Mydroff watches a slider catch the edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bourne with runs in the second, the third, and then 2 in the fourth. We're up 4-0. And then YD, the offense woke up. 5 straight runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's where we stand now in the bottom of the 6th, 5-4. 1-1. Mydroff sends it right back where it came from, up the middle into center field. Stopping at third is Ferreras. Throw in from the center fielder, Nunez, cut off by the first baseman, Roccaforte. Bases loaded once again for the Red Sox. And here is Mike Bovee, who has a single and a walk today.
Good piece of hitting there by Chase. Just keeping it up the middle, getting his first base hit of the summer. Guy who hit well over 300 this year for University of San Diego. You figure that there's a lot more hits in that right-handed bat of his. Good to get the first one out of the way. Now some of the pressure's off for Chase.
Conversation between Berkwich and Espinal, both Vanderbilt guys. At third, Ferreras. At second, Bush. At first, Chase Mydroff. YD looking for some much needed insurance with a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the sixth over the Bourne Braves. Opening offering, the lefty Bovey looks at a slider that drops in. The count, no balls and 1 strike. We saw insurance help the Red Sox in Game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Wasn't needed, but made things easier. And looks like we're going to get a warning here. James Fonseca once again looks towards the pitcher, Berkwich, after he stepped off and faked the throw home. 0-1. Bovey looks at another slider. This one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out, and the bases loaded.
Those are good sliders. These can't be easy at bats for left-handed hitters. Bovey's now looked at 2 of those, both close pitches.
Only struck out twice this summer, has Mike. 1-1. Another slider. This one drops in on the outer edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You're right, Sam. It looks like if you're in that left-handed batter's box, it's coming right at you.
Yeah, Bovey hasn't really had a good look at any of those 3. Why not? Why throw anything different?
1-2. Curveball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was a good layoff by Mike. But the first 3, the 3 that were pretty close to the strike zone, they're tough pitches because sometimes you can tell a hitter's really seeing a pitch well when he looks it in, but sometimes you can tell that he's getting fooled when he takes a pitch, and that is what I can garner from those first 3 takes from Mike.
2-2. Bovey just gets one off the end of the bat, a defensive swing. He deflects the slider onto the on-deck circle where Luke Franzoni is warming up. 5-4, the YD Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves. 1 out, and the bases are loaded. Singles from Ferreras, Bush, and Mydroff. 2-2. Misses inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Bovey with the bases loaded. Each team with 9 hits and 1 error, but YD ahead where it matters, up a run. Can Bovey bring home more with the bases juiced? 3-2. Bovey checks his swing. The ball misses away, and he did not go. According to third base umpire Larry Garcia, a big insurance run. Second walk of the day for Bovey. Ferreras collects the run as he comes home. Base is still loaded. It's 6-4. YD leads Bourne. Second time in these 3 games that YD and Bourne have played against each other, Sam, in which we see Bovey take a big bases-loaded walk. Did it in the late stages of the opener of the doubleheader yesterday.
That was a really great at-bat by Mike. He mentioned how he was fooled on those breaking balls.
Righty Franzoni comes out swinging, pops up the first pitch behind the Bourne dugout down the right field line as a young fan goes racing after it. A head-first dive, and with 2 hands and no gloves, comes up with a baseball.
That's incredible.
Looking like Matt Shaw out there.
This is a huge spot, and this is a matchup that I like for Franzoni. If he gets one of these sliders in the center of the plate, I don't think he's going to miss it.
Wind is quiet, 0-1. And he swings and drives one down the right field line. Right fielder Hurley going back, looking up towards the line. He makes the catch. Tagging from third is Homer Bush. The throw-in from the right fielder Hurley is to the left of home plate. Espinal scoops it up. Bush comes home on his feet, and it's an RBI sacrifice fly from Luke Franzoni. 7-4. 2 huge runs from the Red Sox as they increase their lead to 3 over the Bourne Braves.
He didn't miss that by much. It's a little deeper in the corners here at Red Wilson Field to accommodate for the fact that it is so shallow in center. And that ball didn't miss the fence by much. It was a nice catch out there in right by Hurley, who circled in towards the corner. But Franzoni made a bid for a grand slam. Red Sox will certainly take the insurance run.
Now in stands the left-handed bat of Caden Connor, who has 2 singles today. Opening offering, both runners go. The pitch is off the outside. Espinal can't handle the exchange, and we'll have the double steal successful for Scott Pickler's crew. On to third goes Mydroff, and to second goes Bovey. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. So a huge bottom of the sixth, Sam. A 5-4 game turned to 7-4, and now Caden Connor with a good swing, maybe picking up his third hit of the afternoon, can really give YD a big grasp on this lead. Berkwich peeks over the top of the glove from the first base side, 0-1. Fastball sliced down the left field line, foul over the Yarmouth Dennis dugout. The offense at home has been electric for the Red Sox. Now make this 23 runs in the last 3 home games, and they're not doing it via the home run. 0-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle over the pitcher Berkwich. Backhanded by the second baseman Eblin. Long throw to first in time for the out. Eblin across his body, able to beat out Caden Connor. And that does it for the 6. 2 left stranded, but 2 come in on 3 hits. The YD Red Sox have a 7-4 lead. Can they hang on? Sam Lebowitz will let you know as he takes us home here at Red Wilson Field.
Back third here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox have extended their lead over the Bourne Braves. They now lead 7-4. Sean Gamlin back to the mound for the Red Sox for his second inning of relief. Some defensive changes for the Red Sox as Wyatt Hensler comes to bat. He'll be followed by Carson Rockefort and Alan Espinal. The changes in the field for the Red Sox, moving from right field to first base, is Caden Connor. Replacing Luke Franzoni in the lineup and playing right field is Gunnar Goldsmith. And swapping into left for Jordan Thompson is Jack Costello. So it'll be Costello, Homer Bush, and Gunnar Goldsmith left to right in the outfield. Mike Bovey, Pas Ferreras, Chase Mydroth, and Caden Connor left to right on the infield. Wyatt Hensler, right-hand hitter, stands in against Sean Gamlin. Red Sox lead 7-4, top half of the 7th. First pitch fastball misses just off the outside corner, says James Fonseca. In a 1-0 count. Gamlin gave up a long fly ball that turned into a 2-base error to Chris Brito in the 6th, but struck out the other 3 hitters he faced. 1-0. Missed off the corner again, a fastball again. Some movement in the Red Sox bullpen. Looks like number 25, Chris Bowe. Just starting to get loose out there. But for the moment, it's Sean Gamlin's inning of work, working from the first base side of the rubber. 2-0 home to Hensler. Skips in. Another fastball. Quick 3-0 count on Hensler. Hensler today singled twice in 3 trips. He's scored a run and driven in 1. The UPenn product on a 3-0. Takes one down the middle, a strike. A unanimous first-team All-Ivy selection. The third baseman on that All-Ivy team as Penn finished 17-4 in Ivy League play. And lost in the championship series of Ivy League play to Columbia 2-1 in that final series. 3-1. High fly ball on the infield. A pop-up Caden Connor calling. It makes the catch a few steps to the right of the pitcher's mound. That's the first out here in the top of the seventh. Sun starting to set here at Red Wilson Field. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez taking you through the back third of this one.
Caden Connor moves from right to first base, Sam, and he gets a pop fly.
And now he has a bigger mitt to corral it. Now Carson Rockefort, the first baseman, steps into the left-hand batter's box. A strikeout, a hit by pitch, and a single. He's also stolen a base. Rockefort played right field yesterday in the opener of the doubleheader, playing first base today, the Louisiana Lafayette standout. First one. Breaking ball drops in, strike one. Rockefort, a guy who progressed from his freshman season for the Ragin' Cajuns, a .274 hitter with 4 home runs, to his sophomore season, a .374 hitter with 16 home runs. So added 100 points to his batting average. 0-1. Chopped foul right side. And also added a whole lot of home run power. Only hit 1 more double and 1 more triple, but 12 more home runs. Boosted his slugging percentage from .419 all the way to .671. Whew. And a .671 slugging percentage, for those maybe not as acquainted with the numbers, is elite. We'll get an 0-2 count here as Gamlin and Luke Schliger looks like they're having a tough time getting on the same page, but Gamlin has his sign, tosses those hands above his hat, and sets above the belt with a couple of stutter steps first. 0-2, checks the swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 3 on a breaking ball down. Rockefort, a strikeout victim. So he didn't mean to. Third base umpire Larry Garcia says he did. 4th strikeout for Sean Gamlin. Now 2 out here in the top half of the 7th. And Alan Espinal will step up to the dish. The Vanderbilt catcher today has twice grounded out. He's also walked. One of those ground outs was into a double play. Came with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning. A big spot in this game. That really kept the Red Sox in it. First pitch home. Swung on and missed the fastball. The Braves scored once in that second to extend their lead to 2-0. Scored 2 more in the 4th on a Matt Shaw home run. And looked to be cruising in this one with Vanderbilt right-hander Bryce Cunningham on the mound, having not allowed a hit through the first 3. But the Red Sox pushed across 5 in the home half of the 4th. 0-1 misses away. Big hit in that 4th inning. A pass Ferreras 2-run double. And then a 2-run infield hit off the bat of Homer Bush. Turned it from a 4-3 Bourne lead to a 5-4 Red Sox lead, and the Red Sox haven't looked back. We stand at 7-4. 1-1. High pop-up again on the infield. Ferreras and Mydroth converging. It's Ferreras to call and catch and end the frame. Quick inning for Sean Gamlin with a couple of pop-outs and a strikeout. It's stretch time here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves 7-4, heading to the home half of the 7th inning. Before we get going here in the bottom of the 7th, we hope you stretched. Fans, the all-time Cape Cod Baseball League managerial wins record is 539 wins. Coming into the day, Coach Pick had 537 career wins and needed only 3 wins to break the record. The Red Sox 6 outs away from getting him 2 wins away from breaking that record and solidifying his spot atop the league record books. Join us for our upcoming games here at Red Wilson Field tomorrow, Friday, and a doubleheader on Sunday against Falmouth, and enjoy the road to 540. Johnny Long batting against Nelson Berkwich. First pitch skips in. Red Sox lead the Braves here in the home half of the 7th, 7-4. It'll be Johnny Long, followed by Jack Costello and Paz Ferreras, as the 1-0 is called a strike on a swing. A check swing by Johnny Long, called at home by James Fonseca, the home plate umpire. 1-1. There's a strike. Outside corner fastball from Berkwich, who had a hard-working 6th, gave up a pair of runs on 3 hits and a walk. But he's back out there for the 7th. 1-2 to Long. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Got him with a fastball. Second strikeout for Berkwich. And Long is called out on strikes for the 2nd time in this game. And Jack Costello will hit for the first time. He replaces Jordan Thompson, who went 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Costello replacing Thompson in the field last half inning, gets his first licks here. Right-hand hitter. Took an 0 in both halves of the doubleheader yesterday in his Red Sox debut. First one home. Misses low beneath the zone for ball 1. Costello, a University of San Diego product, just like his teammate Chase Mydroth. Torero, a .310 hitter this year. 1-0. There's a strike. Outside corner fastball. Paz Ferreras, the on-deck hitter, then Homer Bush Jr. Here with 1 out. Home half of the 7th. Red Sox lead 7-4. 1-1 home. Poked the other way and cut off deep in the hole by the second baseman, Eblin. His throw is well late. A base hit for Jack Costello with a smile. He's got his first hit of the Cape Cod summer on a opposite field infield single. He's on at first. And now Paz Ferreras will hit, and Paz has had a good day at the plate. Driven in 2 on a double. He's also singled. He scored a pair of runs in his return to the lineup after a hand injury last week in Harwich. First one home is swung at and chopped to short. Fielded there by Shaw. A relay to first is going to be in time, a double play. The Braves turn it over 6-4-3 as Ferreras grounds into the twin killing. 1 out single done away. To the 8th inning we go here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox lead the Braves 7-4. We'll be right back. Top of the 8th inning here at Red Wilson Field. Sean Gamlin will get the ball again for his 3rd inning of working. Why not? He's retired 6 of 7. He struck out 4. And the Red Sox hold a 7-4 lead here in the late goings of this one. Still some sun out, cascading the outfield here at Red Wilson Field, so doesn't look like there's too many issues with being able to continue this game for the time being. Sun is starting to set. We're about 10 minutes shy of 8 o'clock here Eastern Standard Time. Scott Pickler is talking things over with James Fonseca, the home plate umpire, probably trying to get an indication of how much longer this game would go, just in case the sun dips behind the high school on the first base side of play here. For the Braves here in the top half of the 8th, it'll be 9-1-2. Bryce Eblin, Elijah Nunez, Matt Shaw to bat against Gamlin. Trailing 3 runs here, Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. And as we get underway here in the top of the 8th, we'll take a look at the Red Sox upcoming schedule. And lots of home games here at Red Wilson Field. Orleans is in town tomorrow to face the Red Sox. Another 5 p.m. start, followed by Chatham on Friday after an off day Thursday. And the Red Sox will be on the road in Katuitt on Saturday, followed by the doubleheader here against Falmouth on Sunday. First pitch home to Eblin. It is a slider that drops in for strike 1. Looks like Grant Taylor getting warm in the Red Sox bullpen behind Gamlin. Works exclusively out of the stretch. And on an 0-1. Fastball strike over the inside corner.
Surprised you saw Chris Bowe warming up earlier in the game, Sam, but it looks like he has sat down. Maybe Taylor's just getting a bullpen in, but he's up and working.
Infield shifted right on Eblin, with Bovey, the third baseman, playing up the middle. Outfield shifted around left. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Weak hack by Eblin. 5th strikeout for Sean Gamlin in relief. He's looked excellent for Scott Pickler. And Elijah Nunez will bat with 1 out.
And one thing that the Whitey pitchers have done a great job of, and it's because they've been so great, their 2.13 ERA coming into today, second best on Cape. Pickler's barely had to use anybody.
His relievers are throwing multiple innings and multiple quality innings. Talk about Ivan Romero last night. First pitch home to Nunez. Misses just high. Ivan Romero really saved the Red Sox last night. Connor Markle made his Red Sox debut, went 2 2/3, walked 5, gave up 2 runs. Romero came in through 4 1/3 scoreless frames and allowed the Red Sox to stay in that game and come back and eventually come home with a tie, 1-0. Breaking ball. It's a strike. Nunez today in the leadoff spot is 1 out of 3. Drove in a run with a single back in the second, has also walked. One. And there a strike, a fastball. And Gamlin ahead 1-2. And again, the left side of the Red Sox infield will swap places. Mike Bovey will play up the middle in the shift. Pass Ferreras plays in the traditional shortstop position. Lots of space between them. And space down the left field line. 1-2 home. Breaking ball missed high. Count goes to 1-2. Red Sox lead the Braves 7-4 here, top half of the 8th inning at Red Wilson Field. Good finish brewing. Red Sox trailed this game 4-0, scored 5 in the 4th to take the lead. A couple of insurance runs in the 6th. That's where we stand. 2-2. Rolled to the right side, gets past the mound. Tough play. Chased Mydroth. Fields underhand flip to first. Gets him by a step.
Good play by Mydroth. I think he thought, Sam, if he tried to go overhand, maybe he didn't have enough time, so went to the accelerated underhand flip, which is usually saved for easy plays instead of close play for round 2.
Brings to the plate Matt Shaw, who has the biggest swing for Bourne today. Has struck out 3 times, but is also homered. 2-run shot back in the 4th. That extended the Braves' lead at the time to 4-0, and they haven't scored since. Right-hand hitter. Maryland, first pitch home. Slider, outside corner strike. Good frame there by Luke Schliger, who pulled that one back to the outside corner. 0-1 count here. Defense straight up on Shaw, who's impressed us with his play at shortstop today. 0-1. Couldn't get him to chase the slider. Skips to the backstop. Temperature is dropped from 66 degrees at first pitch to 60 degrees now. The sun low in the sky. Outfield still shaded in golden hour sun. 1-1. Slider, a strike on the outside corner. Count goes to 1-2 now. Most of the infield is in shadow, though some stripes of that golden sun break up the shadow. Chase Mydroth and Pass Ferreras, the two who are the most illuminated by those streaks of sunlight. 1-2. Foul back. Some fans have started to make their way towards the exits as the temperature has decreased a bit here. And Sean Gamlin has the late innings in cruise control for the Red Sox. He's not allowed a hit through his now 2 2/3 of scoreless relief. Has struck out 5 and has Matt Shaw on a 1-2 count on its way. Swing and a miss, he got him. High fastball. Gamlin loses the glasses, but strikes out Shaw and gets us through to the bottom of the 8th. Excellent work out of the bullpen by the gamer, Sean Gamlin. Red Sox lead 7-4. To the bottom of the 8th we go here on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Bottom of the 8th here at Red Wilson Field. Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves 7-4. They come to bat against a new pitcher. It's Boston College's Mason Pelio, a New Hampshire native. And as he's warming up, the little snafu that we dealt with in between innings has resolved itself as some sprinklers in the outfield and towards the Red Sox bullpen got working on the infield, or the outfield grass rather, but whoever's in charge of that probably were on a timer, but they've been turned off as the clock strikes 8:01 here at Red Wilson Field. To face Pelio in this bottom of the 8th will be Homer Bush Jr., Luke Schliger, and Chase Mydroth.
Grand Canyon University, Homer Bush Jr.
Some changes in the field for the Braves. Looks like Dakota Harris is out in center, and that's the only change. First one to Homer Bush is chopped over the mound Gets past the pitcher. Tough play, Eblin. No chance with Homer Bush's speed. He beats out an infield hit. His third of the game. And that's what speed does for Homer Bush, who told me something he's working on this summer is hitting the ball in the air a little bit more, because he's a guy who has hit the ball hard in his career at Grand Canyon University, but when you hit the ball hard, as we have a pinch hitter, William Hammander is going to bat for Luke Schliger. Happy birthday, William Hammander gets into this game. It's his birthday. Homer Bush telling me that the first one home is swung on and missed by Hammander. That when you hit the ball hard on the ground, it tends to be an out because it's often right at infielders, because in these top college programs, they have good information about where to shift their infielders over and where you usually hit the baseball. 0-1. Hammander rolls one softly foul right side. 0-2. Hammander out of Alabama. Which the numbers on him in a moment. So he was telling me that he's trying to lift a little bit more. Not necessarily hit the ball out of the ballpark, but split some gaps, hit some line drives over infielders' heads. Let his legs do work in that regard by stretching singles into doubles and doubles into triples. But today he's got 3 infield hits, all softly hit. A check on him before the 0-2. It's funny how things work out that way.
Love a birthday knock here from William Hammander. He's talking to a pregame Sam. He said he's always playing baseball on his birthday during summer ball.
Did you ask him how he does generally?
I did not.
Some guys really play well on their birthdays. Some guys don't want to play on their birthday. 0-2. Swinging and a miss, you got him. So a birthday strikeout for William Hammander. He's dispatched the first out here in the 8th. And Chase Mydroth will hit with 1 out and Bush on at first. Mydroth today, 1 out of 3, a single, a walk. He's also stolen a base. That single his last time through was his first hit of the summer. He started his summer season with an offer in the doubleheader yesterday. Another check on Bush. Bush has 3 stolen bags today, including the error he reached on in his first at-bat, followed by these 3 infield singles. Bush has reached 4 times today out of the 9-hole. First one in the dirt. Good block by the catcher, Alan Espinal. And no advancement by Homer Bush.
It's getting dark here, Sam.
It's starting to get a little bit dark. The sun appears to have moved below the tree line. And the entire field now in shadow. The sky still fairly bright. 1-0. There's a fastball, a strike from Pelio. Pelio had an injury in the fall that limited his innings in the spring. He's on a pitch count during his early season outings for Boston College. As a junior this year, had a rough year, pitched to a 9.16 ERA and 13 relief outings. 1-1. Inside and low, a fastball. Did strike out more than 10 batters per 9 in those innings, but the walks were the issue, as were the hits. Really, any time that he wasn't missing bats, the results were not great for Mason Pelio. 13 hits per 9, 9.6 walks per 9. 2-1. Missed away, snap back throw to first, not in time. Pelio can throw hard. Gets the fastball up to about 97, 98 when he's at his best. Scouts believe that he's a guy who will one day reach triple digits with that fastball. 3-1, runner going. It's a fastball, a strike, throw down into the runner. It's kicked by Bush, heads into shallow left center. He's vying for third. Throw from the shortstop there is safe, is the call on Bush as he got under the tag from Wyatt Hensler. It was the shortstop, Matt Shaw, who chased that one into shallow left center and threw on the back pedal, or rather his momentum was going against the throw. Made a good throw into third, but Bush is called safe by the field umpire, Larry Garcia. It's the 4th stolen base of the day for Homer Bush, and I suppose an error, allowing him to advance to third, probably on the catcher on the throw. 3-2. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Madra had dropped his bat, expected to get first base on a walk. Instead, will walk back to the dugout. A strikeout victim. And it'll take a 2-out RBI hit to get Homer Bush home from third with 2 out. Mike Bovey, the hitter. Bovey, a single and a pair of walks. He's also stolen a base and driven in a run. Left-hand hitter facing Pelio for the first time. First one a strike, a fastball.
I see Barrel Mike get himself a 2-hit day. Do that here.
0-1. Another fastball, another strike. Quick 0-2 count on Bovey. Oh, 2. Missed inside, not by much. Another fastball from Pelio. Pelio, primarily fastballs and changeups are his best off-speed pitch, working on a slider as well. Doesn't really throw anything softer than 89, 90 miles an hour. 1-2 to Bovey. Missed away a fastball. Fired wide. Red Sox lead 7-4, home half of the 8th. Red Sox vying to take this little 3-game set with the Braves. A win and a tie yesterday in the doubleheader, leading 7-4. 1-2, over the first baseman, going to drop in, base hit. Mike Bovey drives home Bush from third. Didn't get much of it in off the hands, but he got it over the first baseman Rockeford's head and drops in an RBI single. Red Sox extend their lead, 8-4. Another key insurance run for the Sox. And Gunnar Goldsmith will hit for the first time. He took Franzoni's spot in the field when Franzoni came out for defense. Switch hitter batting left out of Sacramento State. With Bovey on at first and 2 out. First pitch fouled off left side, out of play. We're in the late goings here at Red Wilson Field. Red Sox leading now 8-4 after the Bovey RBI. 0-1. Bounced right side. Fielded there by Eblin on the run. Quick toss over to first in time. Goldsmith retired. And the Red Sox seeking 3 outs to get Coach Pick 1 win closer to the record. They lead 8-4, and I think that's it. Home plate umpire James Fonseca is going to call it there. The Red Sox victorious here at Red Wilson Field. They take it 8-4. They take 2 of 3 from this series against the Braves, a tie in the other one, and exit this 3-game series against the Western Division opponent without a loss. And we welcome you into our broadcast booth. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez here on our brand new booth cam. We debuted it in the pregame show. Here now postgame. Red Sox victorious 8-4. Carlo, after a 4-0 deficit for the Red Sox, they came back in the middle innings with that 5-run outburst. And what did you see there that was so important for this team to come back and win this game?
Yeah, I think what continues to impress me about this team is they take everything at-bat by at-bat. In those first couple of innings, it felt like they were pushing, really trying to make a dent on this game. But, again, not a lot of extra base hits. In fact, I think the only extra base hit is the double from Paz Ferreras, if memory serves, by this YD team. Yet they put up 8 runs and 12 knocks. This is a team that just tries to do the simple things at the plate, and that's been so successful for them.
And we'll talk about the pitching for a moment. Garrett Gaines was fine starting this one, but the relief work by Sean Gamlin was excellent. 5 strikeouts in 3 hitless innings for Gamer. He loves getting the ball out there. He loves those high leverage situations, had a lead to protect today. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, continues to just be aggressive, whether he fell behind in the count. Didn't seem like it fazed him at all. Had a couple 3-run counts, a couple 3-0 counts. And a guy who had been looking to pitch the last couple of days gets his chance here today. He looked very confident on the mound. I think that's something that is a common occurrence out of pitchers out of the pen for YD. They are attacking the strike zone. This is not a pitching staff that gives up a lot of walks because they're making you swing in the batter's box.
All right, an 8-4 win for the YD Red Sox over the Bourne Braves. Coach Pickler gets his 538th win in the record books. He is one away from tying. Be sure to check us out tomorrow, 5 o'clock start against the Orleans Firebirds here from Red Wilson Field. Come out to the game if you feel like it. And if not, be sure to watch us here on the Red Sox Baseball Network, the Red Sox YouTube page where we stream these games. I've been Sam Lowitz. He's been Carlo Jimenez. Red Sox 8-4 winners here from Red Wilson Field. And we will see you tomorrow as the Red Sox take on Orleans at 5 o'clock.